Alright, alright.
Yay, yay.
Yeah. So,
Straight up.
so, I what's going on, y'all?
Uh,
This your man, brother Devin, and I'm I'm here with the one, the only, uh, one of my good friends and fellow students and subscribers, brother Dennis Beza. Uh, he's going to share who he's going to share his story, his testimony, and ultimately he he's also going to give. Oh, I'm sorry. He he's going to share who he is, his story, um, uh, uh, how he felt about the situation between brother brother Sean and I. I can no longer call him Damu
yeah,
anymore
man.
because
That shit hit home, bro.
yeah, because right, because he, the the power of our satanic consciousness, universally, that was removed from him, and
Oh, yeah.
and he better be lucky. I I had enough grace to keep the first episode of Gold Bone Thug Stories still on there, because if I really want to, I could take that video down and do and just do a whole nother first episode. You know what I mean? Which I'm thinking about doing, like redoing the whole first episode of Gold Bone Thug Stories. I don't know. I might keep that video up there. I might not. I don't know. I'll have to see what my inner selves think. But in the meantime, we got brother Dennis Beza here. He's ready to talk, and while he gets ready to talk and and share his hi- who he is, his story, what happened between me and Sean, and I also want him to talk about uh what what he went through as far as becoming a priest in training, and what priesthood is like, and I also want him to tell y'all what. Dennis, I also want you to tell people what I've done for you. You know, as far as like
Oh, believe that. I got you on that one,
yeah,
bro.
yeah, as far as like giving you techniques, spiritual skills and stuff like that. And yeah, I'm gonna turn my camera off put the phone on the charger and just let you talk. Ladies and gentlemen, this is disability accountability part two, and I will give my thoughts at the end. I'll let Dennis talk the whole time. Ladies and gentlemen, your future high priest Dennis Beza.
What's up, y'all, man? This is Dennis coming from the south side of Chicago, all the way down to Florida. I'm right here, right now. Been going, state to state, city to city. Struggle is real, but you still gotta stay up, man. I gotta tell you, man, Devin is the real deal, man. Whenever it comes to meditation, as a matter of fact, I don't just got one testimony. I have two of them. You know, from the beginning when I met him, and during I was going through some stuff and all of that.
Right,
He helped me through. And it's like they always say, you can't keep a good man down, and that's straight up facts. But we go. This is part two, like he said, and I'm gonna tell you about how this man. Well, we don't call him Damu like Devin says. We call him I don't know, bitch
just
nigga,
Sean.
Sean, or bitch nigga.
Right,
But at the beginning, I had a big heart for him. I was like, man, I'm very proud that, this man named Sean is taking care of the homeboy, and holding it down, taking care of my mind and all that. But to walk without saying anything over for some poochie, man, come on, man. Like that's that is some goofy ass shit. Like that shit ain't groovy. Like that ain't
but
the right way to do it. If you would have told them, shit, it would be better that way. Ain't nobody gonna hate on you for some pussy. Come on, we could all get that. You know,
right,
we could all get that shit. He didn't have to go there quiet, and just leave and dip out. Like that is, I mean, you're not just disrespecting the family's home and whoever lives there, you disrespecting yourself. You know what I'm saying?
that part, brother Dennis.
So when you disrespecting yourself like that, you are literally showing everybody that you don't deserve no type of respect. You know what I'm saying? And that's what he's going through. While and I tell everybody, youngsters, old folks, I tell them never. And I'm not trying to be sexist. Never move into a woman's home. Never. That's just one thing you don't do. You don't move into a woman's house. I don't care how much of a good woman she is, how helpful she is. If she want to switch up, she gonna do it. All right. You always gotta have a home of your own, or if not, then stick with your family, and do the best that you can to, to reunite and build something bigger and better. But about Sean, there was a dream, that was spoken about in part one. So I'm here to say it from the beginning to the end. I started dreaming, and I was in a bus terminal, where you got to look for your certain bus to take your second destination or whatnot. So I was walking around, I think I was gonna go somewhere to listen to some music. I was gonna go to the beach and chill and stuff. And then I see this dude named Sean, you know, the bitch nigga. I'm sorry, but that's what bitch niggas do, leaving without checking in. Um, first off, I was walking, waiting for my second bus and all that, and then the first thing I see is Sean. And you know how people have their own horns. They all have two of them and stuff. This dude he had one right here, and then the right one looked like it was cut or chopped or somebody broke it. And he's like, "Yo, Dennis, what's good, friend? What's up, Brody?" I like, "Hey, man, don't." I told him, "Don't even talk to me, dog. This happened in the dream. Don't even talk to me no more, bro. I don't even want to say hi to you or anything, or I don't even. I just keep it silent, keep it moving elsewhere, stay out of my lane." He's like, "What you mean, bro?" I'm like, "You know what I mean, bro. Think about what you did." And so he's like, "I don't know what you talking about, bro." I'm like, "You know what I'm talking about. You definitely know what I'm talking about." don't play with me like that. Well, he's like, well, what's going on? Did Devin say something? It's like, nah, it doesn't even matter if what he said or what he didn't say, bro. You know what you did, and that was just foul, bro. He's like, man, forget about that shit. He don't even got testimonies. His shit ain't real. His shit don't. All the advices he be giving, man, is just goofy. I'm like, nah, bro. I know a testimony when I see one, when I feel one, bro. You ain't gonna be talking down on him like that. And that's
Right,
another reason why I don't want to fucks with you, bro. And he wanted to
right,
smoke the blunt with me. He had a blunt. He's like, hey, bro, let's just talk about it and smoke. I'm like, nah, man, I ain't gonna smoke with you. I don't want to talk about it either. There's nothing left to say, so move on. So he leaves. He's like, all right, bro, I'm gone then. Don't talk to me no more. I'm like, cool, that's what's up. So I go right where I left off and shit, looking for my destination. And then he turns around again and then he tells me, you sure you don't want to smoke a blunt with me, bro? I'm like, nah, man. And the last thing that I saw is from one horn with a broken one to no horns, bro. Like he had no, his whole face was like there was no horns, and his whole face looked like he was peeling off and stuff. That was telling me that you know it was brother Devin who took that last one because it's the left one. Remember left hand path, right?
right, right.
So I see the last horn was the one on the left side that was gone. The second that was broken, you didn't even see that. That was so gone, and in my mind, like, what the hell? How the hell he have one and a half horn, and now it's all gone and stuff. So I go to my second bus, and I end up going to the beach, and that was it. That's all what happened. That was the end of it.
Right.
And when I woke up about it, I talked to Devin about it. He told me, that was probably, the black devil just, rip his shit off. And brother Devin just decided to take the last horn and say, you know what, you been this, his powers have been stripped off, so he powerless now.
Peace, Lemire. I I
Peace,
see
man.
you. Was good, brother Lemire? Say
One love,
say what's up to brother Dennis.
yeah. But that was the end of the story. And when I thought about it, I'm like, man, I don't, that ain't very true at all. I know for Devin really puts it on because one time when I first met Devin, he he actually taught me how to meditate. Got to come with an empty stomach. You got to fast. Don't put food in your body before you sleep. That ain't good for you. You're gonna shut down your third eye, your pineal
Right,
gland. So
right.
I was like, no wonder I can open up my pineal gland. So I had to stay away from sodas, drink juices. You can, and if you really want to eat something, at least eat like a fruit.
Water,
Something.
water.
So I didn't have no fruits because I used to be with somebody who doesn't like fruits. Like to eat nothing but straight up soy boy junk food all the way. So I'm like, nah, man, I'm just gonna drink water and then I'm just gonna lay down and then I'm gonna go to sleep. So I was putting some um, meditational music, and I saw Devin standing up. There was a big tree that was on fire and it fell down and stuff, and he was walking. And that's what he told me. When you meditate, you could do so many things because you already into the spiritual world. And that was, I kept going on, and then years went by. Is when I started moving in this new house where I used to live in last year, and I had lymph nodes, and it was hurting so bad I didn't know what to do with it. A lot of people were telling me go to a doctor. I'm like, I don't trust no doctors, man, because there's some doctors out there that they just there for the money, and they'll give you something that'll give you cancer, and they'll say, oh, you got cancer, more money for them when they take care of a cancer patient. Well, not take care of them, but he told me, get some lime and get some green lime, yellow lemons, rub it
Hmm.
all over your neck, all over your shoulder, leave it there, don't mess with it, and
That's
just
right.
lay down. And it got rid of all the lymph nodes. And then I got the seeds from the lemon, from the lime, and then I planted in a little, like in a little tiny, I ain't had a pot, but I had like a little bucket, and I poke holes, put water so it could breathe through, and it grew, and I did it for the spirit. I did it for my beliefs. And
Right.
after that, the lymph node was gone, bro. Like, bro, that's some real shit. Every time when I'm down, he would be there for me, even if I was mad. This is the true brother right here. If you really want to get to him, subscribe to him, and just he got a whole load of, or what you call it, a whole lot of content that'll help you if you are in that type of level and you want to get in on some Super Saiyan shit. We got y'all.
Hmm. Yeah, we got another student, subscriber, and follower of mine, brother Lemire. Brother Lemire says, yes, excellent book to get to line up with what the brother is saying. Is alkaline herbal medicine is one of Dr. Sabi's students who took teachings and came up with a book. Yeah, yeah. I seen that on Facebook, brother Lemire. People. No, no, no. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Not Facebook. Amazon. Yeah, I saw that on Amazon, and I was just like, oh, okay, somebody writing another Dr. Sebi book. Okay, okay, whatever. But when I think about it, it's like it's like nah, because I know that brother Panic um taught taught us that it really doesn't matter what you eat, but I'm the total opposite. I feel like if you want to be both either a chaos being or a being of light, you have to you have to do what's healthy and beneficial to your body, or else you're not going to be able to access your supernatural powers uh
Hmm.
effectively. So that's why I I actually encourage people to eat to eat properly. Um, I know that when I eat certain meats, my the skin on my arms and legs and my face, I break out. You know what I mean? And the reason for that is because uh, there's something called spiritual allergies, which is a real thing. So I have two types of allergies. One is my normal mundane allergic system, and I'm physically allergic to at least four plants. Um, let's see if I remember them. I believe it's ragweed, ragweed, cherry wood, cherry wood leaves, cherry dogwood leaves, ragweed, cherry wood dog leaves, uh, uh, um, um, cedar, and 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 pollen. Ultimately, from a from a from a from a from a biochemistry point of view, anybody can be allergic to fucking pollen. You stand
Yeah,
outside. You stand outside long enough in the springtime, your eyes start puffing now for no reason. You see all this yellow shit. Uh, Blowing everywhere. Of course, you're gonna get allergic reactions to it. So so yeah. I'm not really allergic to food, but because my chakras is activated. Um, these chakras are affecting my physical body. You know what I'm saying? um yeah, these chakras are affecting my physical body. So the things that I used to eat, I can't eat no more. You know what I mean? I basically have to eat. Um, I basically have to eat three different types of foods, which is pescatarian food. Yeah, pescatarian food. Um, fruits and vegetables, and mushrooms. That's mainly all I could eat. So I know Brother Panic told most of us that follow him that it doesn't matter what you eat, but ultimately it does, because you have to do what's not only right for your physical body and your bloodstream. You also have to do what's right for your spirit, aka your subconscious mind. And I'm gonna end it at that.
That's for sure, man. I definitely my body been changing a little bit. Like if I were to drink a beer nowadays, it just like tastes kind of different because I don't do it constantly like I did it every day, drinking and drinking and drinking. I just, enjoy the flavor to relax and stuff, but for some reason now it's just like it tastes a little different.
Yeah, let me respond to this last comment real quick, and then Dennis, you got the whole floor. And Lemire, if you want to come up, you can too. But but
Come
I,
on.
but I'm gonna let you know right now. You gonna be up here with Dennis, okay? Because I made this part 2 live stream for him, so he could tell his story, talk about the situation between me, Sean, and then ultimately him. Um,
And that nigga nasty, man, trying to wipe his own ass with a washcloth. That's for you to shower, man. Come on.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You saw that video, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Bro.
and
Come
and
on.
brother Lemire was down here in the comments. He 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 was down here in the comments saying this. Brother Devin, stop telling people everything, man. You know you got haters. Fuck the haters. I don't I don't give a fuck about people's uh destructive opinions and criticisms. How they how they feel ain't ain't doing me nothing. So what the fuck do I care about their opinions for? I done already made an hour-long video today talking about how burnt out I am of going on YouTube all the time. That's why I told excuse me, that's why I told myself I'm gonna give my energy to other people that want to speak, like Dennis, and ultimately you, brother Lemire, and a good sister of mine. She subscribed to this channel also. um she goes by the username, praises to the Most High 777. That's Sister Kayla, Sister Kayla, and she's gonna be interviewing me. So if you're subscribed to the blogging channel, uh, Tiger 4161, that's TYGR 4161 on YouTube. Go subscribe to that channel, and you'll see that interview. She'll be interviewing me on relationships. I don't. I'm not. I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not.
that's a
I'm
good
not gonna.
job.
I'm not gonna post that on this channel because I want to. I want to keep it. although I do talk about relationships on this channel, I'm more so talk about the spiritual aspect of love relationships. But you know, it depends on how the interview is structured. Uh, if the interview is based on some spiritual substance, I might upload that video here. If not, I'm gonna just keep it on the blogging channel. And so and so with that, shout out to Sister Kayla McWell. Love you, sister. Thank you for allowing me in your space in advance. And with that being said, I'm gonna let Brother Dennis continue talking. But yeah, Brother Lemire, man, 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 fuck that haters because the I can be a vampire to them niggas. You know what I'm saying? They ain't giving me nothing but energy anyway. So I don't give a fuck what anybody gotta say.
Shit, I don't mind about no haters. You gotta have them, bro.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't give a fuck if people talk about me. I,
Real
I,
shit.
I, I said all that I needed to say this morning. I'm I'm good. I'm good, guys.
But man, that boy weird, man. Like he on the soy boy level, man. He got a lot of estrogen, and it's crazy. That man didn't want no job, and if he had a job, he'll take the check and then take flight and buy weed and snacks. Like man, with that money, I could have saved it and probably bought some clothes or probably do a little bit of a business or stuff or do my side hustles. Whenever I have a job, that's what I do. I get half of my check, sell some graphic t-shirts or, sell, some lowrider bike parts.
Mm. And I just want to say this for the record. This live stream it's not just talking about my issue with that
All right.
certain individual, Sean. This is also uh, y'all getting to know Brother Dennis, tell him telling you his story, how he became a priest, and ultimately we're gonna talk about paraplegic people being held accountable for their own humanity. You want you
That
you want
part.
you wanna y'all motherfuckers wanna lean on mythological beings and shit. Oh, okay, fine. But let's call a spade a spade. How can you say you believe in Elohim in the Old Testament and Yahweh in the New Testament and and uh and Jesus Christ or Yeshua Hamashiach to the Hebrews, but 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 you don't want to commit to the teachings of that system. I'll tell you why. Because it's a bunch of bullshit, and
Mm,
you know it. You know it. Look at what's going on out here right now. You got hoes ready to shake their ass for a black man. Black men out here getting that money, hustling and pimping. Shit,
right.
we need that energy right now. To be totally honest,
That yeah. And it
yeah,
hasn't been around, so they definitely gotta put that on for real. You know,
right.
these women and they the biggest users, man. Them hoes, them dames, them sluts. They don't they got all the energy to shake ass, to spread them thighs and everything, But when it comes to the job they want to do,
I was trying to put it in a positive light. I don't want to make it seem like I'm attacking them. You know what I mean? Because
okay,
because you know, uh, well, number one, I want to show respect to my bitches and hoes out there.
yeah,
That
we gotta love them.
yeah. And I've said this on Facebook, and I'm about to say it live for the first time on YouTube. If
Mm.
and uh, brother Devin, aka Dr. Harmony, he got love for the hoes, and if you don't got love for the hoes, then nigga, you's a homo, straight like that, straight like that. And I'm glad I said that too, because I want to dispel this rumor that kind of got started on my Snapchat that I hate black women. No, I don't know. I don't hate black women. I just don't like some of the things that I see American black women do, and it turns right thinking conscious black men like myself off. Like
Mm.
like not all black men can 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 pay for nude content. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly right
It
there, man.
yeah, it's people out here that is people out here that still live with their parents. You know what I mean? Some people that join Snapchat, they they just want somebody to talk to. Not everybody you gonna get cash from. You know what I'm saying? And I'm already feeling like in a sense that's kind of evil anyway. That you would treat someone with disabilities like that. But then again, I'm a shut up, leave it alone, and say I digress. You know what I'm saying?
Ah,
I'm just saying, like, to the black women that's out here, hustling, shaking their ass, and hoeing on Snapchat. If you're gonna be a hoe, be a decent hoe. Okay.
for real.
I I'm I'm just keeping it real. Like,
No, I feel you, man.
yeah.
I'm with you on that one for real. Yeah.
I mean, this is one of the this is one of the reasons why this is one of the reasons why I'm brother Devin in the first place. The 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 me embracing my darkness and my dark side has allowed me to be totally transparent and fully honest, even if I got to be blatant about it. You know what I mean? Pe- People, there, there's certain there's certain people in the spiritual community that that want spiritual men and women to be real. And when I say real, I mean blatantly honest, like parental advisory, ex- explicit content honest. You know what I
For
mean?
real, man.
It,
That
it,
part.
yeah, if you're looking for that soft, passive and passive aggressive bullshit, go to people like Infinite Waters and flu burn and all them. Over here, we don't do that. I I I've been telling y'all from day one that I started lecturing on here. I teach spirituality for the 18-year-olds and adults. Period. But enough of that. I'm gonna let Brother Dennis talk now. Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry. I just had to put that out there.
No, you good, man? You straight?
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
So
If you had to let it
it's just so people wouldn't think I was just out here talking shit just
right,
because.
right. You know, if they want to think like that, let them think like that. Eventually, they're gonna figure it out. If not, then hey, that's all on them. But
Right. And
I'm, I'm
I was told you gotta let people be people. I mean,
yeah,
in a in a critical analysis, I kind of disagree with that, but um, I don't want to take over your interview, but all I will say is to those black niggas and black motherfuckers who who just refuse to uh lose their addiction to humanity and unplug from both their humanity and the matrix. Fuck you. And
shit. Fuck it,
that's
man.
all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. Go ahead, Dennis.
All right. Well, let me tell you a little bit on my life. I'm not a priest yet, but I will become one as soon as possible. Because certain religions, traditions, it takes a lot of steps.
Right,
And
right. My I apologize for cutting you off, but
no, you
I
straight, bro.
I just wanted to say right. My bad. My bad. You're
I gotta
brother
improve.
brother Dennis is a priest in training. He's a
Yeah, that's I'm trying to learn, trying to understand, and
mm-hmm.
first things first. I gotta improve myself. I gotta focus on myself. I gotta what's that other word? I gotta do I gotta show something that's more than just character. You feel me? To get to that level. But I was born in Chicago on the South Side. Back in 1989. It's still rough over there, but it was rough at the time when I was young. Chicago's one of the worst cities out there. And I'm not trying to talk shit about other states. New York got them gangsters, California, Texas, Louisiana, but Chicago is the first motherfuckers who started that. I mean, look at Al Capone. He was running an Italian mafia or Italian mob, and you know where was he at? He was in Chicago. He's the one who started and originated all the gangsterism, like they say. And a lot of people don't give enough credit to Chicagoans. They don't give a lot of credit to Chicagoans. It's like it's ignored. But hey, that's cool because in the end of the day, they gonna find out. But my life was really rough out there. It still is right now at the moment with this economy and all that. But it was really rough. I remember when I was 11 years old, it was the first time that we saw our garages, tagged up, which is a sign that hey, we it's our territory and we gonna take over your house. We're gonna do this. So that's what we started. That's why we moved to Florida. So I gotta thank uh my mom, my dad, that they took me out of the worst ghettos that we were living in for the longest, for the whole through 90s, man. We've been living there for more than I was there for more than
I
11
say
to 10
I
years.
say I say to the family.
Yeah, so I give thanks to them. I'm gonna be real. They're a little bit, you know, dysfunctional, but in the end of the day, they did what they can do. They took me out of Chi Town, and I started living in Miami, Florida, over there in Miami Gardens. I don't know anybody that much out there because I would always keep myself. I keep to myself. But when I started moving to Miramar, Florida, that's when I started having some friends. My very first friend that I met in Florida was his name was Franklin Alexandra. You know, rest in peace to him. A lot of people said that he passed out. I couldn't find no info, but a lot of people told me they're like, yeah, man, he passed away. He's gone. You know, he's so I got to tell him rest in peace. He was the only friend that was, there for me. You know, from the very beginning. The last time I saw him is when he was like 22 years old, or no, he was 21, turning 22, and I was 22 at that moment. So he's like 1 year younger than me, and I believe it's these bipolar pills. You know, there's these medications and all these things that these doctors giving them. You know, it really messes their body up. He never ate healthy. You know, he never ate a fruit or a vegetable in his life. But the whole point is that he was a nice dude. And, when he was gone, my whole world went down. It went all the way down because, we had our ups and downs and stuff like that. But in the end of the day, he was like a brother to me because he was the very first person in Florida that I ever met before I met or had any other friends. And after that, I was growing up all the way to high school. In the age of 16 is when I left and I started living in Central Florida, you know. And Central Florida is kind of racist out there, too many sundown towns and stuff like that. Like racism is very heavy down here. Um, when I left Miramar, Florida, bro, I was homesick because I got more friends over there. I know a lot of people over there more than down here. And
Right.
half of these people in Central Florida, they they some hypocrites, man. They some hypocrites. They straight up hypocrites. I mean, at first I thought they were friends. At first I thought they were good peoples and stuff like that. And that's because I was a drunkie. I was always drunk and not focusing. You know, I remember I'm a father, by the way. I got a 5-year-old daughter that I be missing so much. I do whatever I can to see her and give her what she needs, help them out with what they need. But me and baby mama, we're not together no more. She went her way, I went my way, and all that stuff. But I've been doing a little bit good, here and there, working at trying to look for some work, trying to find a way to do like a little side hustle, a little side work. Nothing crazy. I'm a type of person who likes to work for myself. I want to be a boss of my own. I don't want to work for nobody anymore because you're not building your dreams. You're building the CEO's dreams when you're doing that. But ever since I left Florida, man, it it broke my heart when leaving Miramar. I mean, when I was leaving Miramar. But I came back though in my 20s. I came back in my 20s to see Franklin and everybody. I realized that, and back in those days, I did had somewhat pretty much good times. I would hang out with the homies. Not bothering anybody. That's the lifestyle I was doing. But now that I'm on my 30s, I chill in the house. So I probably go to a lake, and just enjoy the breeze, enjoy
Right.
the songs of the birds when the birds singing. Because I'm into nature. And nature is a very beautiful thing that everybody should appreciate.
Very, very, very beautiful. Um,
Yeah,
pe- people on this and don't know me that well on YouTube, but I I be I be I be doing videos from outside. You know what I mean? Y'all y'all gonna see a lot of that real soon. You know what I mean? For me, I already did an hour long blog this morning talking about where my mental space is. So if you really got love for me, send. send 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 determination energy out to me, because that's what I need. And like I said, I'm gonna keep going on this path. It's just that as far as the teaching aspect goes, I need a break. So as a result of that, I made the decision to share my space with brother Dennis here. You know what I mean? Um,
Straight up, man.
I didn't know it was gonna be today, but I'm I'm grateful that that was divine intervention. They
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah, they was telling me, I brother D, you setting up this morning. Share share your space with brother Dennis here, because it's time for him to let the world know who he is, what he could do. So Dennis,
What's up?
um, talk about talk about how you started training to become a priest. I know I had a little bit of something to do with that. Maybe not entirely, but tell the people what you did to become um a priest, and a priest in training. What did you do to become a priest in training, and what kind of priest are you? I
Well,
I
you know, like
I know you said you do some things like Palo Mayombe, which Brother Planet talked about in some of his videos, and you also talk about the African divine knowledge system of Kimbisa, I believe that is.
yeah, Palo Kimbisa. Now, Palo Kimbisa,
Yes,
I
Paulo
know
Kimbisa.
very little bit about it.
Uh-huh.
Um, when it comes to Palo, a lot of people think that, oh, it's the evil side of Santeria, and that's not the case. Yoruba and Congo are two different worlds. Santeria pretty much it's an old tradition that started in Cuba during slave era. And they say that one of the slave masters or the slave owners, you know, they had all these Africans from different states from Africa, Togo, Ghana, Benin, Congo, Nigeria, Ghana, you name it. And so to most, because the Europeans, reptilians are racist, and they can't tell the difference. They just think that, oh, because they African or they black, they all the same. So let's just put them all together. And that's the reason why a lot of people think that Santeria and Palo, like, the deities have their equivalents. And the word Mayombe is not from Cuba, it's from Africa, it comes from Congo, comes from the Congo. If you go over there in Congo and you tell them that, if you say Palo, they're gonna look at you like, what the fuck you talking about? They'll know the word
Right.
Mayombe, they'll know the word Nsambi, because these are Congo languages. I don't know that much of it. I just know how to greet somebody, when you say salam alaikum, alaikum salam. You're greeting,
Right,
you're
right. You
greeting.
you so what you're saying is you basically understand the traditional, the yeah, the traditional, the mythological, and the ritual aspect of it, right?
Yeah, no, yeah, 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 and a lot of people, man, it's the ATRs. They're going crazy. There's a lot of scammers. There's a lot of people who try to act like they are a Tatanganga or an Inkisi Malongo, or that they are Babalawos, or they are the priests of Abakwa, and they're really not, and they're just doing it for money. And don't get me wrong, there are some priests out there who are really legit. They're really legit. And but then again, they take advantage of you. You know, they be ripping you off, overcharging shit. And that's
Uh-huh.
not that
I,
ain't groovy, man. That's not the business.
it's not the business. I remember I know matter of fact several times um so-called priests would reach out to me on Facebook. I know I know I know one priest was very was very genuine and sincere. And
Hmm.
at the time, I didn't have the money for a reading. So he would give me a reading for free, and I was just like, wow, I I like this guy. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
He even sent me a picture of it was a picture of an Ogun necklace, and I was like, man, I could see myself wearing something like that. But then again, I didn't have the money for it at the time, and Cash App wasn't even out yet. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
But
so I wa- so I, wa- I wasn't even able to get that leaf that leafy Ogun necklace. You know what I mean? But it would have been wait, I'm sorry, not Ogun. What's that? Ephod. My fault. It was an ephod necklace.
it,
It
it
was
was it the Lukumi of Ifa or traditional Nigerian Ifa?
uh I want to say it was the traditional Nigerian ephod.
Oh, all right,
It was that one.
because what I have, like in Cuba they call it mano de orula, meaning hand of orula, but in Nigeria it's the original. That's where it all
Say,
started.
saying it, say it again. Say it again. They call it what?
Uh, mano de orula, meaning hand of orula. Orula is the Orisha, who's Babalao all there. But he's in Orisha.
Right, right.
But in the Nigerian traditional Ifa, they call it hand of Ifa, and to say it in Yoruba language is called Ishefa. A lot of people keep saying Isefa. It's like you don't say Isefa, you say Ishefa, and that is to or peace with Orumila when you feed it on the day of Ifa. And
Mhm.
to become a priest, that's when that's called itefa, which is the initiation to become a priest, and you start practicing that. Right now, the only thing that I do as a non-initiate, I feed my ifa every time when it's time to be needed, and I do my candle prayer. When I want to do something that's follow related, I'm gonna do it under the permission of my godparents. That's how you're supposed to do it, because they're the
Right.
ones guiding you. They're the ones who are teaching you, showing you the way. But like I said, there's a lot of scammers, and never mind too much about the scammers. We really gotta watch out the ones who are real and overcharging. Because I got a
That
Baba Lao, and
that
he don't
that
charge me to
right.
do the Ifa. He's the one who taught me how to speak to it, how to pray to it, how to feed to it. Every time when it's day of Ifa, he will call me and he say, "Hey man, let's do this. You ready to feed Ifa?" I'm like, "I'm ready." And sometimes when he's not, I'll at least do it on my own. And he say, "Hey, you're doing good, man." But
Right. You know,
I, but
you know, you know, learning the traditional, the ritualistic and mythology aspect of it is cool. But what's even cooler is when you know the science, because that's what ultimately the occult world of Brother Devin YouTube channel is all about. We drop nothing but divine science of all that shit, because ultimately it's about getting to know you and 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 who you are from the inside out. So let me ask you this. I want to be able to test your smarts,
All right.
brother Dennis. So I want to know: do you know the science of Kimbisa?
Well, Palo Visa, they did say that it's like related to some Christianity type shit. I'm not 100% sure about that,
Oh,
but the
okay,
Mayumbe part, I know like when it comes to these religions, it takes a lot to learn. Like it's
right,
more
but
than just
but
a book.
okay, I got you. But what I'm saying is, like, which polykimbisa deity represents the organ of the heart. Uh, there's gotta be.
That one I don't know.
Oh, okay, okay. You haven't studied that yet.
No, no, I haven't studied that yet.
Oh, oh,
Actually, I'm looking for a good priest who knows Kempisa and got, good experience, and not just that, I want
okay.
to build a good relationship,
Right.
and there's this
So so
person
the
who I
so
know.
so the so the so the next time so the next time I interview you, you'll be able to drop the Paulo Kimbisa science for
Yeah.
the occult world of brother dem community, right?
Yeah, but always remember when it comes to Kimbisa or Palo Mayombe, it's like they say, a lot of people think that it has to do with what you call it. It has to do with money, or it has to do with, it's all nature based. That's what
Right.
that's what I know the most. It's
Right.
all nature based. When you want to do a consultation in Palo, like if like a real consultation, like you want to get into it, you got to be in their shrine, so the spirits or the dead, they'll see who you are, what you about, where you from, what's inside your head. Those spirits, they'll expose everything. They'll expose everything and tell everything to the priest. And you can't, and with Ifa you can't cheat Ifa, because Ifa will go straight to the Babalawo and tell them.
Right. I see where you're going, where you going with it. Um, I'll, another question that I have for you is, when when did you when okay, what was your upbringing and religion that got you to this point of spirituality? How did you deconstruct from it? And and to deconstruct means to analyze your own spiritual beliefs, basically. You know what I mean? And what made you get to the point of you saying, I don't want to be a part of this religion anymore. I want to tap into something that's spiritual. So so you
Well,
so, so you
the
might
first,
you mind sharing with the people that?
I could share a little bit of that.
Okay, cool, cool.
Before anything, my very, very, very original first religion was, Catholic, because most of
Right,
my families are Latinos. A lot of Latinos, Spanish, Hispanic people. They're well known that there's a lot of Catholic. But now in this year, in this generation, there's more Christian. So first, I was in Catholic, but I wasn't into it as much. Excuse me. So when we moved to Florida, my parents converted into Christianity. You feel me? They started to get into Christianity, and yeah, I was in it. I was okay with it. Then after that, years go by. In my teenage years, I wasn't into anything. I wasn't even talking to God or anything. I was in no religion. But I believe in dreams and good luck still, though. That was ever since I was a kid. I always had that belief. So when I was in Florida, that's how I knew about Santeria. voodoo, because that's what they have over there. Same thing in the state of Georgia.
You kept you
And
kept your you kept your imagination open, basically.
yeah,
Oh, okay, cool. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
so when I was in my early 20s, that's when I took Christianity seriously. I was really into that shit. Um, I think I was in the age, yeah, I was 21 years old. I was trying to go real deep with actually I was 20. Yeah, 20. And then 21 I started getting more and more deeper. I was like I was a drummer. I was a drummer for a Christian band, and it was doing very good and all that shit, and you know, but the job started to be a little bit difficult to where I had to move back with my peoples. I had to move back again to Central Florida. This is when it was the second time, no, not second time, third time moving back in Miramar, Florida. And after that, that's when I that's when I left Christianity, because the Christian people out there, man, they just, I'm not saying all of them, but every time when I go to a church, there's nothing but gossip. There's nothing but liars. There's nothing but, you know, hypocrites. I ain't gonna lie. There was one church that I did go in Myanmar, and it was pretty good. It was dope. It was all right. But I wasn't feeling it no more. I'm like, I tried to get into Hinduism. I didn't know what I was doing. And years go by. Now I'm 26 years old, and I was reading documents about voodoo, and then I saw Santeria, then I saw, Palo Mayombe, but I was more into voodoo for some reason. And I remember I talked to this Puerto Rican dude. He's like, "What you up to, bro?" I'm like, "I think I want to do some black magic, man. I need to make me some money. I need to do this." I was thinking ignorant. He's like, "Oh man, that don't sound good, man." And he told me, if anything, you know, go to Shango. Go to Shango. He'll give you everything. So I try to figure out how to did research, how to call Shango, how to how do I appease with him? How do I get to him? How can he get to me? And I didn't know what I was doing, but I did a little altar for him. I put an apple, three plantains, red wine, cigar, red and white candle, a red cloth, and I even put African drum music, so I could go to sleep. And then I start drinking before sleeping, and then right afterwards I pass out, and all of a sudden I'm dreaming as myself being a mirror looking at a young child, and he was dressed in black, and he had a black hat, like how the santeros and babalaos would wear. And I don't know that much African language. But when I'm in the dream, I'm speaking straight up African languages. I don't know if it's Congo or Yoruba, but I be speaking it. I be speaking it like if I'm from there, but I'm not from there. And he was holding a red candle. So when you see black and red in my way of thinking, that's probably Eshu. That's Elegua, because he represents himself as a child. He represents himself as a kid, you know, and he's a road opener. And I remember I used to talk to this Cuban dude, and he even told me like, if you see that, that means he's telling you that you can't just hop on one big orisha. Issue comes first. There's no orishas, there's no nothing if there ain't no issue. So I did that. I got my coconut of Iligua and I gave it everything that it needed. I asked for what I wanted. I told him I wanted a girl. I told him I wanted a house, a job, and I had all those three. But when I was in a relationship with this girl, reason why it didn't also work out is because I wasn't feeding it all the time. I wasn't trying to bring a new coconut to do it over again, because habits, you know. She had too many habits. She kept on smoking, smoking, and smoking. And that's why I don't want to smoke no more. Because it makes me lazy, unmotivated, and I'm always far behind shit. And definitely I don't want to drink anymore either, because that's another substance that slows me down. So I'm want to be done with that. I want to keep sober at all times. Only thing I'm gonna do is probably smoke or vape something that's just nicotine, and that's about it. Can you hear me, Devin?
Right, right. Yeah, yeah. I'm here. I'm here. Yeah, yeah. I was hearing everything you said. It just got quiet because I was allowing you to talk. You know, give you the floor.
Oh, okay.
This, this,
That's
this is
cool.
this is your time to shine on the occult world of Brother Devin. You know what I mean? I'm sharing this space with you. That's what I was telling people this morning. I'm I made this channel not just for me, but you know the people that I help who also support me. So yeah, this who I do this shit for. You know what I mean?
That man.
But uh uh so oh since you here, I gotta ask you.
All
Talk.
right.
I gotta ask you, bro. Talk
All
about
right.
talk about your talk about your because you know on this channel we focus on almost everything occult, almost everything.
All
But
right.
I want to know uh what was your first encounter with a demon?
Oh shit, man. Bad, bro. And people don't believe it, but I could care less, bro. I remember one time, because they say, when you drinking alcohol, they have spirits in it. That's the reason why they call it
Yes.
spirits,
Yeah,
so
that's
you
why it's
get
called
possessed.
spirits, right?
So I remember I was at a bar, and I think it was college nights. So there was a whole bunch of people, loud music, drinks everywhere, and I just end up dancing, into the center like it ain't shit, like it ain't nothing, all the way till 2 a.m. in the morning, bro. And it felt like when I came, it felt like I was exhausted, drained, bro, because that
Right.
spirit was moving you, dog. I was just, fucking jamming hard and everything,
Hmm.
getting into the karaoke and singing like I was a damn star, like I was supposed to be promoted. And I remember you told me, they're like, "Hey, that's the devil moving into you, man. That's the
Yeah,
devil moving into you."
yeah. And like I tell you all the time, just like brother Pennant taught myself and brother Lemire before his transition. Ultimately, the, these these demons, devils, jinns, satanic spirits. These are nothing more than our own subconscious energies. Because ultimately it is us, because they are us, and we are them. Simple as that. Uh, there, there's even a Bible scripture that comes to mind. Uh, it says something to the effect of uh, "A- as as I abide in me, so shall I abide in you." So something like that. I'm paraphrasing, but you get the idea.
Yeah, somewhere there. Yeah.
Yeah, and so ultimately, that's what it's all about. And another thing I want to point out that I tell all y'all motherfuckers on this channel all the time. It is not about it's not about belief. It's about knowing. You know what you believe, that's a personal thing, but what you must re- realize at the beginning and end of the day, that it's about being spiritually aware, because every choice, every conscious and unconscious decision that you make ultimately starts with you, and it ends and it ends when you say it does. When you say it does. Uh,
We move mountains, man.
exactly.
We
Because
moving mountains.
because I I'll put a religious spin on it. If you're not gonna be held responsible for your own spirituality, but you're giving all your time and energy to a God that you haven't met and seen before, but you're putting all your logical and spirit logical energy and focus into this being that you don't realize that entity is you.
Mm-hmm.
It's you.
That's
It's not
right.
it it's not it's not nobody out, it's not nobody outside of you coming to save you. Your main man Jesus even said people will try to look for heaven, and they'll say it's in the sky. People will try to say, look over there, it's in the trees, or look under there, it's in the water. No,
Mhm.
he clearly told you the kingdom of heaven, heaven is really the temple of the body, and the mind, or the house of God is your own brain, scientifically speaking, and your own subconscious thought. As the man think, so is he.
Yeah, bro. It's like Pimp Bishop Don Juan said, it's not the church, it's the church within you.
That's it.
It's the church
There
within.
you go, brother Dennis. I got, I couldn't have said it better myself, brother.
Ah,
You
you good, man, but it's like that. It's the church within you, you know.
yeah, yeah.
And
Um,
rest in peace to Bishop Don Juan, man.
happy ascension to Bishop Don Juan. Man, I didn't even know he passed. That's crazy.
Yeah, he passed. Iceberg Slim. He also passed away. I remember.
Wow.
I remember I heard his story on an audiobook, man. Oh man, what a life that man been through. Oh
Mhm.
Lord, since childhood, and
Right,
he even told me a pimp was once a hoe, He's just reversing psychology, to get the money, to get his money. That's what a pimp was. And a lot of people in America, they mislead everybody and misinform what pimps really are. They think that, oh, a pimp will beat up a woman and force her to have sex with some people, and like, nope, because there's pimps out there that could get their woman to just conversate with a chili chump or a sucker and blow the whole money on her, and no dick getting wet.
right.
It
Or
happens.
don't forget about the squares, because I used to be a square. You know what I mean?
Yeah, them squares too. Squares they switch up too. You never know. They level up. Once they find it in the right place. It's just the right places you gotta look through in
Yeah.
order to get down where you need to be.
Right. Right.
I'm trying to do that. I'm struggling, but I'm still doesn't mean I have to stop. You gotta keep going until you get it.
Right. Right.
Otherwise, you ain't gonna get nothing, and you're gonna be assed out. You gotta keep going. It's like It's like that gospel song that FAMU used to play back in 2001. We fall down, but we get back up. And that's what you're
That
supposed to
that's
do.
that's Donnie McClurkin.
Yeah, yeah. We fall down, but we get back up, and that's what we gotta have in our minds. If you fall down, get back up, and don't ever give up. If you lost a job or you got fired, don't be sweating on that. Just get a different one, get a better one. Because each time
Right.
when you fail, that's how you learn your lesson, and then that's when you start winning. So
Yeah.
if you losing, you're learning.
That that's right. Uh, I've even heard the. I'm glad you pointed that out. I've even heard the saying. You know, uh, uh, um, that's right. I was trying to remember the saying, but the saying goes something like, a loss is not really a loss. A loss is actually a lesson.
Hmm. That's it. It's a
Yeah.
lesson. You
Yeah.
gotta learn.
That's that's it. Like I I I just recently lost some money, and I I I started a psychic a psychic medium business to to you know uh, to um, not only help people with their spiritual paths, but to also to gain some more money. And
Mm.
business is slow right now. Dennis, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, business is going very slow, man. And and,
Yeah.
and right now in these years, bro, it's even dangerous to to claim what religion or what tradition you in. It's dangerous to be
Right. And
ETR.
yeah, and I'm glad you said that. I know you was kind of going off topic, so let me break it down. So
Nah, it's,
so
it's good. It's good.
okay, so I was my my mom gave me the spiritual gift of being a psychic medium, and so far my readings and results have been accurate. I want to get to a point where I can create testimonials uh, for this channel for people to see, and be able to show y'all, um, not only what I can do, but how genuine just the overall experience is. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Because I'm 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 not I'm not just doing this just for money. I'm doing this because I love helping people spiritually, and and most people don't know this. Don't know it now though. I even be asking for help, and, and I don't even charge people back. I know I should, but I just feel like I need a little bit more money just so I can pay people back. But right now that's just not the case right now.
Yeah.
so
But
so
like I said,
oh, I just wanted to finish my point real quick.
go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
but yeah, until I reach that point financially where I can pay others back, I'm gonna get what I can take for free at the moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's really no right or wrong in this thing, and to look at things from a human perception is not really spiritual at all. It is what it is. It's just human.
That's right.
It's just human. All right, so brother Dennis,
Yeah, but
um,
it's what you
go
say?
ahead. Go no, you first, and then I'll go next.
All
You
right,
first.
cool. But
Respectfully.
yeah, but yeah, it's very dangerous to be in any kind of religion right now. Not now. There's like Trump, man. He's throwing too many tariffs on people to where he wanted to try China. I'm like, oh hell no! I know you ain't slide China on that like that.
Right.
Years ago, they would make commercials about how Chinese people are making money off of us and all this stuff, and the people from China didn't say anything about it until Trump wanted to hit the tariff. They're like, all right, nigga, you know what? You want to play like that? I'm gonna tell all you people that all your products that be causing thousands of dollars, they will only paying $57.
But Americans, and this is what pisses me off about the continent that I was born and raised in. People don't realize um um America has had their hands in the American governmental pocket for years.
Mm,
That's our problem as people in America. We spend so much time spending with the Asian man. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I'm what I'm doing is observing and giving an analysis, a critical analysis rather. I'm giving an observation and critical analysis on how uh, we socially engineer ourselves as humans when it comes to doing business and trade with other countries that don't have our best interests.
for
So
real, man. Especially
yeah,
these governmental people and Trump and all that. They doing too much, bro. Like way too much. He hitting tariffs on everybody. I'm like, bro,
right,
like
right.
it doesn't matter what president comes through. If it's a Democrat, we got crazy foreigners coming in here fucking it up. If it's a Republican, there's a lot of racism, police brutality, police acting very aggressive. At the same time, I'm not saying all of them. There's some people who are officers and they do their job correctly in the right proper way. Salute to them.
Mhm,
But
mhm.
but at the same time, we have these crooked cops that are just giving the police station and the sheriff station a bad name, and that's why people they don't know who's who or what's what. There's a lot of confusion going on here in America, and finally the whole world's waking up, like people in Guatemala, people in Mexico, Venezuela, like people who don't have any idea about America. They come here and they think they're in paradise with a couple of thousands. And I'm like, bro, the other people who are working in the same position as you are making a lot more because they got credentials, but you working under the table, so they give you less money, and that they more stuck than on some other shit that's like way worse than the Matrix, man. You give him 500 and he feels like a rock star.
Right.
And finally they're waking up. Finally, because back then they would say, "Oh, America's the best place." No, it ain't. No, it's not. No, it's not. There's a lot of racism. And they're like, well, they're not racist to me. Okay, yeah, that's because you work for them at a low pay. But because I know my English, I'm gonna be talking and I'm gonna be asking for more if you're gonna make me work more. And that's why they don't give it to most US citizens. They rather have somebody that they could pay them under the table because it won't cost them that much. Last but not least, they won't have to be paying taxes, and that's messed up. You can't be doing that. They've been America's been robbing us blind for the past 40 years, man. And now China just decided to say something. And at the same time, Africa, like that one president who's refining tomatoes and gold. I forgot that man's name, but then there's another one named Gazo. You send me the link about. America want to go over there and get all the gold from him and stuff. Like they always trying to get into other people's shit, man. The American government, when they see a country getting better, when they see a continent just booming up the economy, okay, let's start a war because I want to get that shit. I want to extort some shit, and meanwhile, China is building roads. They're building new houses for homeless people. Africa's doing the same thing. Meanwhile, America is worried about getting into unnecessary wars that got nothing to do with them, and put a damn rocket launcher on the edge of the earth. Like the fuck, it's crazy. It's crazy how they do that, man. It's crazy how they focus on those things more than helping their own people, their own community, their own country, their own civilians.
Right.
You just making America look bad, and at the same time, the government down here, they know that they being called out, and for some reason, it's like they got the thumb stuck up their ass, and oh well, shit happens. Okay, you're gonna have more shit happening to you if you keep fucking up with us.
Yeah, yeah, and I, I don't, you know, I try to keep away from talking about politics from so much on this channel, because this is a spiritual channel,
My
and
bad, bro.
no, you good, you good. I mean, I'm glad you brought it up because sometimes I have to share the metaphysical and occult meanings behind what's going on in politics today. So it's a good thing that you um, made reference of that.
Oh yeah,
I did a lecture on it. Uh, when was that? About 3 4 months ago, maybe. Yeah. Because I was doing the occult meaning behind Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, and what they symbolize, and what that could mean for America. So it's good that you brought that up. So
yeah,
so
for sure. Okay.
Yeah, so thank you. Sometimes we'll have to dabble in politics because that's what's going on in our world. But ultimately we know all this shit is fake. That's why I mentioned the one of the movies on my party live stream called Wag the Dog. It tells you how news media and politics is. It's all a smoke screen. It's all fake.
Right.
It's all fake. It's not real. None of this is real.
And it's a distraction too.
Yes,
It's a
very
distraction.
very much so. Very
For
much
real,
so.
man.
Yeah. Oh, Dennis,
What's up?
tell the people also about your second encounter with a demon, and how it was laughing at you, and it gave you a pitchfork, and it was poking at this one guy that was getting tortured. Tell him.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Tell him about that one.
bro. I had that. That was a crazy ass dream, bro. Like I was, I was in hell, bro. I was in hell, and they say that in hell everything's all red, but no, it was just dark, and all you see, is fire and all that stuff. And there was a whole bunch of devils, even animals had even animals had devil horns and devil horns everywhere, bro. Like,
Right.
and then one time I was scratching my head and I felt horns. I'm like, what the hell? So I look at a wall that had a mirror. I'm like, holy shit, I got horns, nigga. So I'm walking around and there was this big tall demon, like a big tall demon. His whole skin was like jet black. He had jewelry all over. His horns were like pure gold, like gold horns, bro.
Right.
And it would look like ram horns, and they were gold, and and his whole skin was black. Well, I mean black, darker than a black tire, bro. And so he grabs my hand. He's like, "Come with me, bro. We about to have some fun, G." I'm like, "Shit, what the hell is going on here?" Like I really thought I was in hell, like into punishment, but no, I was visiting, to see what it was. And there was a whole bunch of slave masters that tortured our ancestors, that tortured, African, Hispanics, even their own people, bro. They were in a whole pool of lava, bro. It was a big pool of lava, and he had like a big old heavy gold pitchfork. It looked like it was like a heavy one, and he's like, look at this, man, look at this. He poking the motherfuckers and everything, and help. I'm like, there ain't no help. You only gonna have hell, not help. And he
Right.
looks at me. He's like, now it's your turn. Go ahead, poke that motherfucker. So I'm poking them and shit, and I'm laughing, and he's laughing, and he's drinking a big old gallon of rum. And every time when he's drinking a gallon of rum, fire be coming out of his mouth, and he be laughing and shit. And when he laughs harder, you could feel earthquake underneath. And that's all I remember, and he was telling me, remember, man, if you ever visit here again, I want you to torture these people. They took advantage of the wrong people. And I say, but you a demon. You supposed to do bad. I'm like, no, that's not necessarily, brother. It is that we are evil demons, but we only capture the ones who are doing evil. The innocents, we just let them be. It has nothing to do with us. But when it's bad people, man, we take care of these motherfuckers.
This one is bad. Let me grab it. Oh wait, you got it in your hand. No, this is the little one. Where's the big one? Oh, it's out there in the kitchen. Oh, no, I ain't see
About to eat me some tacos.
it. I got me some wings and French fries.
That's what's up.
But
Now I got it.
you could keep talking. No, go ahead. You can you
Well,
can you can
that's
keep
all
talking.
I
Go
that's
ahead.
all I remember. That's all I remember about the dream. Then it fade to black, and I woke up. I'm like, shit. I don't. That was a crazy ass dream. It felt real too, man.
Yeah,
It felt real.
yeah, man. Um, I I I I wish I could say I knew the occult meaning of that. If Brother Lemire is here, maybe he could break that down for us. But but I mean, I couldn't understand the occult meaning behind what you had dreamt then, and I can't put the pieces together now. So, but but it's good that you shared that. Oh,
Oh
can oh, I'm sorry. You was about to say something. I'm sorry.
no, I'm just saying. I'm gonna go in.
Uh
I'm
huh.
gonna go in and eat my food, but I still want to continue this podcast.
Oh, okay, okay.
So it's I want to.
Interview.
Yeah, I
Interview.
want to the interview. Yeah, the interview,
Hmm.
and yeah, you keep talking so I can hear you while I eat.
Right. I, I, I wanted brother Dennis to also tell us his experience with Black Jesus and what that was like.
Right, right. Yeah, I gotta hear that from you. All right.
Oh, okay. I think I think I remember some of it. I think I
Uh,
remember. I think I remember some of that story. I'm 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 trying to wait until my mom brings my drink. Um, but from what I remember you telling me, you had said that he came in your room where you was living at the time, and he was letting you know like, hey, I'm real. You know, I do exist. Um, but I'm I'm not what you I'm not what you thought I was.
yeah, he said something like that.
Yeah, yeah. He basically said, I'm not who you think I am, and he was telling you that you know I was right about you know the metaphysical teachings and all that, and he basically was telling you that that we were gonna have a revolution, but this revolution is not a physical one. The the uh, the revolution that's taking place, because the energy is even happening now, but the revolution that's taking place is actually a revolution of consciousness. It's 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 not it's not necessarily get get your guns and go kill the white man. It's not like that. Thank you,
Totally
mom.
agree.
Huh?
Definitely agree. We got to learn how to reunite and do it the right way. Feel me?
Yeah, yeah. It's a revolution of spiritual awareness.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. So did I tell the story right, or am I a little off?
Oh no, you on point.
Okay.
You definitely on point, and I'm enjoying, your dreams and testimony. I'm just eating right now.
Hey, I didn't share much of anything supernatural. I was just sharing what you told me about Black Jesus, and he basically told you that I'm not coming back for anybody because
Right.
my 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 divine thoughts and awareness is already here.
And if he is, he's just gonna choose very few people. He ain't gonna choose everybody.
Right,
That's about it.
right.
And a lot of people they call him Jesus, and that's not his real name.
It's
His
not.
real name is Yeshua. Yeshua.
Yes, yeah, Yeshua. Hum, he goes by many names.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Hebrews and the Hebrew Israelites, they call him by the book. They call him Yeshua Hamashiach. Some say Yeshua Hamashiach. Yeshua Hawashai. Um, you got some people that call him Isa Iba bin Isa Isa Ibn Pendera. My spirit said, "There you go, there you go." Um, I know him. I know him as Gnostic Gnostic Yeshua. Heru in the I know him as Heru in the in the ancient Kemet, the ancient Egyptian pantheon. I know him as I know him as I, Isu in the Yoruba Nigerian tradition. I know him. I also know him as Olofi in the Yoruba Divine Trinity. So you know there there's many different versions and aspects of Jesus. It's not just one entity, but this 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 is what I will say. Um, what what we've been taught, what we've been taught about Jesus, his personality and his teachings, we got it all wrong, and that needs to be restored.
Facts.
Yeah. So um yeah. So um when you told me that, it gave me confirmation that I belong on the dark side, because because because
Mhm.
I because from what I understand is that when Yeshua, and I'm just playing religious psychology. I don't really believe in none of that shit at all. But but from 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 what I understand is that when Yeshua Hamashiach gave me the free will to get into metaphysics, to get into alchemy, to get into the occult. I feel like Jesus was telling me through you, nigga, you belong to the dark side, and you already know I'm the Grim Reaper. So it's like, what do you need to hang with the demiurge for? You don't graduated from that already. Am I right?
Exactly.
Yep. If
Straight
if
up fact right there. Right on
if
the book.
if anything, we need to put those demiurges and archons back in their place.
Yep.
So that humanity and the whole world in its entirety can be fully awake, aware, and enlightened. And once we do that, there'll be less problems. And my
Straight
spirit
up.
my spirit is in agreement with that. It said that's right.
Boy,
So
man.
I'm I'm just sitting here chilling, enjoying my dinner. Sorry if you gotta hear me chew food, but I'm enjoying this live stream with brother Dennis.
Same here. I'm even enjoying the food too.
Right, right. I mean, people on the occult world of brother Devin, they already know. They already know. They they they've seen me live stream eating food and stuff. Cause even Panic did the same thing. He be on live stream, uh, eating some hamburger helper or some pizza, aka the good slot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know that one bangs.
Yeah, and brother Panic's birthday was just yesterday. So
Happy
I
belated birthday, brother Paddock.
yeah, I want to send a cosmic and celestial shout out to the God brother Panic. Happy happy birthday, brother Panic. Panic,
One love.
panic, baby, panic. And through me, I'm definitely gonna continue to stay on this path. I just need a little break for a while. You know what I mean? That's why I let Dennis come on the panel today and let y'all hear his story. Um.
Yeah, I'm gonna say more. I'm almost done with the food.
Okay. Okay. Do your thing, man. Do your thing.
Right now, I'm eating tacos.
Word. I'm.
They're
I'm
homemade. Ain't no This ain't no Taco Bell right here
right.
with
None
that
of that.
fake plastic meat.
Right. None of that processed meat. The them preservatives.
I'm gonna put more hot sauce. I can't get enough of this hot sauce.
I know. I know that's right.
Well, I be saucing everything up. I'm using two different sauces.
Uh huh.
I'm using two. I like to burn my mouth, man. When it comes to tacos, these are homemade. You could tell as I'm showing it. These are homemade. This ain't no baby shit.
Right. I'm gonna have to watch that after the live stream. I'm be like, ooh, that taco good. I got some battery. I got some battery power left. I could show a little bit of my food. Hold on. And I got me some water and Crystal Light too. But yeah, let me show y'all my food right quick. They go my chicken wings and my fries. Y'all see that? The the God is feasting. Brother Lemire said he back. What what's good, Lemire?
What's up, bro?
But but yeah, brother Devin is eating too, and I got my Crystal Light, and I got a big thing of water too. So I'm gonna be I'm gonna be out here. I'm gonna be out here in in both the physical and spiritual realm, pissing all fucking night. I got candy. I got candy too. I got the
Hey,
I got the chakra food already on deck. You know what I mean?
like if we was on a Breakfast Club type shit.
Right, that part. Um, um, is there any more stories you want to share?
I mean, yeah, I gotta say that I had a dream about that motherfucker named Freddy Krueger.
Oh yeah. Talk about that. Talk about that.
Man, bro, a lot of people gonna be laughing, but
And
some people,
I know you. Also, I want to add. I know you know the symbolism behind Freddy Krueger. So, after you tell, excuse me, Ashe, after you tell your experience with him, talk about the symbolism behind Freddy Krueger. Like, how do you defeat Freddy when you see him? Even though we all know he's not real.
well,
He's
well,
he's
he is,
he, he's just a personic. He's just a symbol of our negative emotions and our nightmares. The same thing applies when it comes down to Michael Myers and Jason and Chucky and all the motherfuckers. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
well, we all know that. Hold on a second. We know that Freddy Krueger, like the movies are fictional, but he
Yes.
is based on a true story.
Right. Right. I forgot that part. My bad.
Yeah. But yeah, I had a dream about him. For some reason, it took place. I didn't see him, but I found out that I was on the phone with him, and he when he was talking, he didn't sound like Freddy Krueger. He sounded like a woman, and I think I was talking on the phone and I was asking for Andrew. And mind you, I don't know anybody in this world with that name.
Right.
I don't know anybody. And and afterwards, I asked, "Hey, is Andrew there?" And he was saying, "No, no." So I hung up, and then he called back, and then he called back, and he still didn't sound like Freddy Krueger. He was trying to pretend like he's somebody else, and in my mind, it was telling me, "I know that's Freddy," and I felt kind of scared. But then after that, I was like, I don't think it's a big deal. You know, it's just a phone. And for some reason, I had a gun in my hand. And then after that, it disappeared, nothing. And, you know, I woke up, ain't nothing happened. And, you know, pretty much I defeated him. So the way to defeat him, you know, he's a symbol of fear. He's a symbol of terror. You know, he's a symbol of vulnerability. You know, he looks for people who are weak in the mind and easy to be scared.
And
When
and and insecure.
hmm he's looking for that. He's looking for that.
Hmm.
So I pretty much defeated him, and that is, don't be scared. You know,
Right.
don't be scared. And in your mind, you gotta have you gotta think that you have a gun or a machete, and he won't come to you no more. You know, that's what happened. Because when I had a gun in my hand in that dream, you know, it didn't look like a real gun. It looked like a plastic or one of those you know, those BB guns.
Right.
And it still scared him. And Freddie was like, "Oh hell no, I ain't messing with this dude. I'm good. I'm gonna go find somewhere else." I'm like, "He better take that shit somewhere else."
Right. Dennis was out here using his psychomancy. He was out here using his subconscious mind, like 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 we always do and promote on this channel. You know what I mean? Every everything you do when you're on this path is a is a is a is about the subconscious mind and the super subconscious mind and how you operate within both of those polarities and when you have knowledge of self and you operate within those mindsets, nothing outside of you can defeat you. That's
Nothing.
it. That's it.
And he don't exist in reality. He just exists in the dream.
Right. Yeah. It's all symbolism. None of it's real.
For real, man. And I know for one thing, I remember I had a dream and I told my godparent who practiced palo,
Mm-hmm.
and he's a full blown Tatanganga, man. And he's a great man. Like every time when I'm down, he puts me on, you know, to get better, to feel better. But I remember I told him about this other dream. Now this dream was palo related. This was
Right.
related with palo. I was I was in a this dream, right? And I was like, I'm trying to remember because this ain't just one. There's a whole bunch of them that I've been dreaming back to back. I will hear their music, you know, when they're playing with the steel and the cowbell and the drums, you know, the congas and all that stuff, and the box drum. I could hear that, you know.
Right.
And I remember I'm trying to remember the other dream. Yeah, I was in a house. It was like a small cabin, and it was all wood, and old-fashioned lamps, like way back in the 16, 18, 1700s.
Okay.
So I saw two individuals. They looked like they were Puerto Rican, you know, light skin. They had low cut hair, like they had waves. And I was saying salam alaikum, and then again I was saying it salam alaikum. And then the third time, I decided to be a little louder. I decided to say, Salam alaikum. and one was smiling. He was like, Malekun Sala. And then I was like, Sala Kimbonda, Quenda Sala. And I just kept going, boom, 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 boom. And I woke up to it. And I told my godparent, like before he became my godparent, before he gave me consultations and stuff like that, he told me, you probably got some Congo spirits, bro. You probably in your ancestry, it's either a bloodline or connection. You got something Congo in you, or you got something that's Congo with you, you know?
Right.
So when it was my first time getting a consultation, he was telling me, "Oh, you got a lot of Congo spirits, bro. Like they are around you, and there is so much horrible shit that these spirits want to do to your enemies, but they don't want to because it ain't the perfect time there." So he was that's how I knew that I got Congo spirits, and I asked him, so that means I need to be scratched. They're like, yeah, but take your time, take it easy, try to learn. Whatever I tell you to do, do it, and I got you. You'll be good, all right. So so when he told me that, that made me feel good because I'm proud to be a Congo. I'm proud to be that I have spirits who are from the Congo, who got Apollo related. When he told me that, I don't just have that. What made me feel better is he told me I got a Gitana and a Francisca on my side. You know,
What
she
what's
she
what's that? What's that?
a Francisca. I forgot what it was, but I know a gitana is it's a woman who read the tarot cards. It's
Oh, okay.
all that is African related. The
So
Francisca too
so
believe that
she's basically a tarot reader.
something like that, or could read the crystal globe. A psychic.
A fortune teller.
Yeah, it could be that.
That's what a person that reads the crystal ball is. It's a fortune teller.
Yeah,
Uh,
gitana.
um, they're also called gypsies.
Okay,
Yeah, gypsies. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
no, I was drinking my juice,
Take your
but
time.
but when I heard all that, that made me feel so good. Like you know, and they told me I could be siete rayos. You never know. You gotta be initiated. You gotta get scratched. And that's how you're gonna know everything, and what to do and how to take it from there. So when he told me that, it made me feel good. And he also told me that you gotta stay away from your baby mama because that relationship's not gonna work. And I remember she did told me that she pretended that she loved me. I forgot to tell you that my baby mama said that
Hmm.
she was only acting, she was pretending. So from the very beginning when
Right.
she moved into my house, she did all that, and I could understand why my doctor was telling me that relationship's never gonna work. But if you do want it, she gotta work on her character. You gotta work on your character. You gotta put a little bit more self-improvement, and that's it. That's all you gotta do. I'm like, sure, all right, so it makes a lot of sense. And I did want her back, but there was like there's gonna be someone out there for you. And I remember my baby mama did the consultation too, and I paid her for it.
Right.
And the next day, I told her call me back, and she never did. The next day, I called her. So how was the consultation? And she's like, no. I'm like, oh gosh, now she's acting like this crazy woman. Like you can't tell me that you like it, that you're not. You
Mm.
know, I asked her how was it, and her answer was no. I'm like, okay, if somebody's telling me like her that I'm uneducated, not speaking right, how come she ain't answering right? So I called her. I'm like, so what happened? They're like, no, I'm not. I'll pass. I'll pass. I don't want to. I don't want to be a priestess in Palo. I don't want to be Scratch. I'm like, why? They're like, cause you got to go through shit, and I don't want to do all that stuff. So that tells me she wants everything fucking easy. hand it to her as she lays down in her throne and all that. And that's not how it works. When you want to earn something, when it comes to priesthood, when it comes to getting into those type of religions and you want to be initiated, you want to go top tier, you got to go through shit, bro.
Right. And this is what I want to say about that real quick. I say, excuse me, excuse me. Um, why not? Okay, let me be specific. So people watching this, you know, don't don't get super sensitized. To be sensitized is to be sensitive. All right.
All right.
Um, I'll say this when it comes down to white women and the Neanderthals of the bunch, the Neanderthal bunch. You know what I mean? I got the Brady Bunch symbolism with white cave people in my head right now. If I shit, if I can make that a meme and post it to this channel, I would. But what I want to say about that is that very few people are excuse me, very few white people are genuine and sincere about joining these paths, whether it be the light side of the left hand path or the dark side. You know, I'm both. I'm both in infernal darkness and infernal light. You know what I mean? I'm
Right.
I'm 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 spiritual satanic all the way. You know what I mean? Because it's helping me understand um it's helping me understand Satanism, not not just in a not just in a re, re, religious theological way, but also a theosophical way as well. Even from a divine science and metaphysical point of view. You know what I mean? So because I was taught as now an ex Christian that Satan is evil, this and that, and it's like let me use my divine logic and reasoning. You know what I mean? Is Satan really evil, or am I being lied to? And is the story said about him only propaganda? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
They probably use the devil as a bad character, so so they could take in control. Because like I told you,
right,
how did all of our ancestors and brothers and sisters are going to church? All the black people going to church. Where that all come from? And they say that, oh, this runs from generation to generation. Well, because back in slave era, these Africans, they didn't like magic. They were so scared. They were very scared of these African people who knew their religion and their magical powers and their spells and
and the
curses
and
and
the
all
and
that
the
stuff.
and the sciences, the
Hmm.
the
And the
the
science.
hmm
Because those type of slaves, they knew how to read minds. Those type
right.
of people know how to call shit out. And they would do curses to these slave masters to where they would get sick or they would die or whatever. And that's when they brought the Bible. And who rewrote the Bible? Hold up, excuse me.
The,
Who rewrote the Bible? King James. Who is King James?
right,
He's a 33rd Scottish Rite, 33rd degree Scottish Rite, free and accepted ancient Freemason. So he's a master Mason.
right.
And no,
He
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 didn't.
he he his real name is actually Francis Bacon.
Oh,
Hmm
so If he had to change his name like that, he was a damn imposter.
Yeah, and he will also be what you call a master manipulator. Be,
Yep.
because because his goal ultimately was to dominate spirituality through religion, and rightfully so. It worked, but it ain't working no more.
Yep. Exactly, but yeah, he manipulated a lot of people. You know, he didn't hurt the slaves, but he tried to manipulate the slaves. He would tell them, hey, if you don't leave this religion right now and you don't get into Christianity or convert to the Lord of Jesus Christ, you're gonna go to hell and you're gonna burn and you're gonna feel a lot of pain and you're gonna cry. And you know they didn't believe that because most of the people who are Congos, they worship devils too, you know, and they would literally tell them, they're like, hey, we are demons from that devil. And so that didn't work. So now the angry exoteric um uh, Christian slave owner, slave master, they decided to say, you know what? If you don't get into Christianity, we're gonna kill your ass. So that's they got scared, and they're like, fuck it, because they have babies too. So they're like, we're gonna kill your babies too. We're gonna kill your grandma. We're gonna kill everybody over here if you don't get into this Christianity. So they got into it, and same thing with Catholic people. Same thing. So what did voodoo people did? What did people who practice Santeria and people who practice Dominican voodoo, Puerto Rican Sanse? What makes you think that they have all those Catholic saints worship as a deity? From their land. Well, it's called syncretism, right?
Right,
It's called syncretism. Like for example, Virgin of Mercedes, she wears all white. And Obatala, who's an Orisha, an elderly Orisha, he wears white. So they will use that Catholic saint as Obatala. So this way the slave owners would not know what's going on. So they would worship a deity of their own behind that Catholic saint statue, like Saint Barbara.
right,
If you see the picture of Saint Barbara, she has a crown, she has a red robe, a white and red robe, and she has a glass of wine, and she has a sword, and then the background of the picture of Saint Barbara, there's a little lightning ray, and the lightning ray, what does it resemble? Chango. So they worship
mm,
Chango behind that statue, and same thing with in the Santeria of El Egua. El Egua, he resembles himself as a child Orisha, as a little baby, as a kid.
right,
And if you look at one of the other Catholic saints, it's called Santo Niño Atocha, which is a little Catholic saint kid. So they decided to use that one to resemble El Egua, and they were worshiping El Egua behind the little kid's the Catholic statue saint, and that's how Santeria began.
right, right.
Hold on, yeah,
Okay,
yeah, that's how Santeria began, the worship of saints, but with the syncretism of Yoruba deities. That's how it worked, and that's how the same thing with voodoo, bro. Voodoo has like Saint Michael Archangel,
right,
Dominican voodoo, called 21 divisions. They call him San Miguel, but the voodoo deity, honestly, it's not San Miguel, it's Beli Belcan. That's
mm,
Belim Belcan, and that's a very strong saint, man. That's a very strong deity in the voodoo. They got
right,
it in Izili Dantur. They got all that stuff, bro. But that's how them saints. That's how they use the saints. So the slave masters won't know, and that's how they got their lick back.
right. Okay, okay.
Like the cornrows, man. When slaves wanted to escape, what would they do? Shit, they would do their cornrows and picture it like if it was a field, because it would explain to you where we gonna hide and where we gonna be. They use that as a map.
Right. And they would make the cornrows and different hairstyles to hide certain items that they didn't want their opposing opposite to know about.
Yeah, that part right there.
Hmm.
Hold on, I gotta put this plate right here.
Take your time.
I'm gonna put my juice in the fridge.
Well, for those who aren't aware, you are now watching the occult world of Brother Devin with yours truly, Brother Devin, and my special guest, Brother Dennis Beza.
Most definitely.
But brother Dennis, but before we get out of here sometime tonight, you want to give people your socials, tell them where they can find you.
Yeah. Right now, I haven't fixed my Instagram. So I'm on Facebook the same way my name is. Go follow me on Facebook. Dennis Dennis, and my last name is Beza, Bezs and zebra and A, man. And for the people who like fashion, man, I'm doing my side hustle. People who like
Zoot
lowrider
Zoot
cars.
suits, Zoot suits.
Yeah, we got zoot suits on deck. We got
Hmm.
Rolling Hard graphic T-shirts on sale. If you want, you could go on rollinghard.com. You could get them for you get them for $31 because of the shipping. But I could get, if you're local, I could give them to you for 25. But if you're from far distance, I have to charge a little bit more because it's part of my work. And of course, when I send stuff to the mail, they're gonna charge me. So
Right.
economy is hard. Everybody charging everybody. So why not? But I'm not gonna be that expensive though. I'm gonna be helping. I gotta
That's
make my
right.
money.
Hey, you got to make do with what you got, and in the words of young George W. Bush, if it feels good, do it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? If it feels good, do it. Hell yeah,
Right,
bro.
right.
Fucking right. I'm
um,
glad, man.
man, I'm glad we finally got you on, especially on this format because I wouldn't have mind using Instagram, but the divine was like, "Nah, fuck that. He going on the YouTube." So
Yeah.
we got you on YouTube. It's all good. It's all gravy. I'm 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 glad you could come on here and you even came on here and had dinner with the God. You know what I'm saying? We we
Oh
be we
yeah.
be having we be having dinner behind the scenes too. But to do this live and still be able to build, oh man, this is the beginning of some of definitely something magical and moments like like YouTube will eventually go away, but the 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 coming of the gods, that'll never end. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's for sure, man. We go
Yeah,
when we in the celestial world or in the spiritual world, we still gonna be moving, man.
right, right.
We still
Oh,
gonna be dripping.
yeah, and I just want to say this for the record. I know I'm going through what I'm going through in my humanity right now, but I'm going to keep Brother Panic's legacy alive. You know what I mean?
For real,
Even
man. Do that.
yeah,
Always light him a candle, and pray on it. That's what I do. I light up a candle and I pray on it.
Right.
and I protect. I ask for protection for my daughter. Oh, before we do go off, I gotta say one last story, or I think I want to save it for part three or whatnot.
Well,
Yeah, I want to save that for part three.
no. You can share it now.
All right, bad. You remember when my baby mama kept a secret, right?
Uh huh.
About her talking to this guy, talking to this one guy. I'm not gonna say any names, but I am gonna say that, this was a hillbilly redneck dude living in Kansas. And before I knew about this, my baby mama called me and I heard her crying. And I told her, "What's the matter? What's wrong? You all right?" And she's like, "My friend died." I'm like, "Oh man, I'm so sorry." I thought it was just a regular friend. And I was feeling bad for her until she told me that, well, he's not just a friend. He was more than a friend. We were gonna, and I know you're gonna get mad, but I don't want to hide it. But I wanted him to be in a relationship with me, and I wanted him to, be in my daughter's life, be in our daughter's life. I'm like, so in my mind, I said, man, this woman is freaking crazy. She's really trying to make it look like I'm an uninvolved parent. She's trying to make it look like I'm not like I don't care for the child. Well, no shit.
Right.
You're far away. You're living in your grandparents' house where they're racist. I mean, they are racist. They have a chessboard, and I got a picture of it, I believe, on one of my old phones. I took a picture of that shit, and it was a chessboard of Confederate soldiers with the rebel flag and shit. You gonna tell me you're
Mm-hmm.
not racist? And then your Facebook picture got pictures of a white girl holding a black boy. Like, what the fuck you got? You goofy, bro. And he's a and he's a, yeah, he a goofy, but
Right.
anyways, she told me that he died, and he was coming on his way to Florida, that last year, but he couldn't make it because he died. And his I tried to she was trying to tell me that she wanted to be involved, and I got pissed off. And she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." I'm like, "I don't believe she's sorry, because if she was sorry, she wouldn't be doing that in the first place. All right, so she's
Right.
not sorry.
Right on.
She wouldn't have do that if she really feels sorry for me getting angry or whatnot. She wouldn't have done that in the very first place, but she did it. So that means she don't care. She got no morals, no nothing. And it's kind of weird and stupid and ignorant that how you gonna love a child that I gave you that come from my seed, and on top of that, you throwing hate and don't have no morals on me. You know, she
Right.
she's right now. It's easy for her to get along with the child because she's still a baby. She's still a toddler. Wait till she hit
Right.
double digits, and we're gonna see about that. But
Right.
she told me that there was so many times that he almost died. He almost got into a very bad car accident to where, one of those big trucks that um carry those metal containers, those big old metal containers, those storages. He almost got run over. Um and he did wanted to get into he himself wanted to be involved with her and my daughter's life, and told him my baby mama told him, they're like, I don't think that would be a good idea, and I don't think he would want that. I don't think he would be okay with that, and he will get mad. So
Mm-hmm.
big old fat redneck fishing pro bass motherfucker wanted to wanted to go and say, "Oh, don't worry, girl. I'll handle him. I'll talk to him when I come visit to Florida. I'll confront him and have a talk. Don't worry about it. Don't be scared." So he had a ticket ready to go to Florida. He had everything packed up. He went to sleep, and the next day, unfortunately, he couldn't even make it to Florida because that night when he was sleeping, his house caught on fire. You know, or it was he had a little heater. He had one of those heaters that were probably on the ground, and it probably touched some fabric and it burned it up, and you know everything caught on fire. And people did took that man out of the house, but it was too late. He was already dead. The last breath came out with smoke, because all that fire smoke he was probably breathing in.
Mm-hmm.
And he died, and he couldn't make it, and she's over here crying, feeling depressed, when my godparent told her, you don't need no relationships, you need to work on your character first. She don't want to work on her character. She just wants to get her rocks off. Okay, that's nothing wrong if somebody horny and they want to get their rocks off, cool. But if you're getting
True,
into some
true.
religion shit and they're telling you you need to fix your character, you need to work on your character, it's not that they decided to do that, it's that the spirits or her ancestors want that from her, but she decides not to do it. She wants physical attention, because women like her, they
Right,
can't be alone. They can't put their emotions in check. They don't know how to deal with their emotions. And that's a complete fact. So so I went to talk to my godparent about it. I'm like, okay, why did this man die? Because the next day he was gonna come through. He's like, well, I'm gonna tell you something. Did you did any spells? Did you did any curses? I'm like, nope. I don't even I don't even know how to do stuff like that. I mean, I know how to light up a candle and do a prayer in my ancestors' altar, and take it from there and ask for protection, prosperity, happiness, good
right,
health, harmony, all the good stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that
right.
with that said, he told me, well, with that protection hit him,
Mm-hmm.
that it's the same thing. You got him, the spirit got his ass, because he had nothing to do with this child. you know Now if I was dead, then that'd be a different story.
Story, right.
But I'm alive. I still get to visit my daughter. I still get her to come through, and so I could hang out with my daughter, and I could cook and I could feed her and all that stuff. Because I don't want to be giving her Mickey D's and Burger King and stuff like that. That's not very healthy for her. Even the
Nah,
breakfast ain't healthy. Let's just keep it 100, man. Yeah, it tastes good, it smells good, but it's not good. Okay, not for your health. If you eat it every single day, I promise you, something bad's gonna happen with your health. You're gonna have problems
nigga,
with your heart.
nigga, niggas ain't learned already. You ain't seen the documentary Super Size Me and Super Size Me Too, nigga. Come on now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for real. Think about it. So 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 um so I like to cook her home good food so she could grow healthy and strong. I never gave her sodas. I would give her juice, water, milk, chocolate milk, strawberry milk. I would give her those kind of things. That's fine. But I don't want her to drink Coca-Cola. And now baby mama's feeding her Coca-Cola, putting rub off tattoos. So she's doing too much. She's just mad, not because the things I used to do back in the days, or because I was drunk all the time, or whatever, or that we always fight and argue. It's not that. She left. She didn't want her to come back because I caught her ass cheating. She's a narcissist. A narcissist, they will not come back to a person who called them out or caught them with their secrets,
Right,
because the thought of a narcissist, when they realize, oh shit, he knows everything about me now, I can't be with him no more, fuck that shit, I need to find somebody who don't know me very well so I can fuck shit up and make excuses. And
right.
that's what she done, you know
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
and she, when I told, like I said, when I told my godparent, he told me that was, there's nothing to do it, no reading about it now, because the spirits actually removed that problem. And my baby mama got mad when I showed him what my godparent said. He's like, oh, fuck this, fuck you, how dare you, why did your spirits have to do it? I'm like, yo, you're not supposed to dip into anybody other's families or relationship. You just don't do that.
Right.
But she's a whore. She's a typical whore.
and like I was saying, excuse me, I'm sorry, excuse me, and like I was saying in the beginning of this live stream, we we don't want to be around no sloppy hoes. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, we don't do that. We
I
like,
don't care how good the pussy is. I don't want to be around that.
yeah, yeah, and yeah, right, cause sloppy hoes, they just good enough to give you your 45 minutes, get get a couple rocks off, and and then take a shower, and then get the fuck out and go home.
For real, man. That's it. That's all you got to do, and go fuck somebody else. But if it is true that she was pretending that she liked me or loved me, or she was only acting, pretty much, if she's saying that she's doing that, then that means she's stupid, because she wasn't just wasting my time. She was wasting her time, and because she said that she was acting because she wanted to get out of reality, or whatever, then that tells you, not just that she's dumb, but she wasted her own time, and she can't blame me for that. And since she's been wasting her time, and since she said that she was acting or pretending, then that means she was um she was wasting her time on purpose. She was wasting her
Right,
time on purpose.
right,
And if she had to do it on purpose, and that's ridiculous. It's either she did that on purpose, wasting her time, or she's lying and she's trying to act hard to get so I could crawl back into my knees to her. And I ain't doing that shit, bro.
right.
I ain't doing that.
All right, so the title of this live stream is um disability accountability. What 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 advice would you give um people with disabilities? Because I'll save my portion of that for the end of this live stream, and I'll do a part three in the near future, but
Oh yeah.
yeah, the title of this video is Disability Accountability Part Two. Now I remember you telling me that you yourself had a little bit of a disability. Is it like a learning disability?
Yeah, it's like a learning disability, and I'm still struggling. And like the advice,
But
for.
but then, but then I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. I just want to say this real fast. Then
Go ahead,
then
bro.
then his brain is is highly intelligent. He might forget some shit on a human level, but when he taps into his superhuman awareness, he is super smart.
I do the best that I can, and that's how I score out.
Right.
I just do what I be dumb sometimes. I ain't gonna lie, because years ago when I was like 9 or 10 years old in Chicago, I was riding my bike, and as kids, I didn't know any better. I just wanted to ride my new bike that I had as a gift,
Right.
and all of a sudden I got hit by the bat 2 times, boom, boom, and I was knocked out, and I woke up in the hospital, and my bike was missing, and that right there with me getting hit in the back is why sometimes I don't think right. Sometimes I focus first, and then I'm off. So the best advice that I could say, or that I could give, is to just do your best, and it's consistency. It's
Right.
consistency that you need to have, and just don't ever give up. It doesn't matter how hard it is. When it comes to winning things, they're supposed to be hard. They're supposed to be complicated and difficult, because if it wasn't, it wouldn't mean anything.
Right.
It wouldn't mean anything. So of course things are going to be difficult, and when things fall down, don't think negative. Don't ever think, oh, it's over now because this and this and that. They're like, no, man, find your way around it. That's all you got to do.
Exactly. Um, Okay, my spirit is asking me to ask you this: what advice do you have for the physically handicapped people that are lazy and don't want to do nothing?
Well, it's the same advice I'm giving them, and if those people out there, if they're lazy, they need to learn how to get out of their comfort zone. They need to start doing something, do some new activities in
There
their
you
life
go.
so they could pick up a new habit and make something better off of it.
Right.
Because if you keep being lazy, you keep I'm gonna be real with you. I be lazy sometimes, but when it's time to move, when it's time to get to it, I gotta move. I gotta run, man. I gotta run that engine. But if you don't stop being lazy, you're gonna be missing out a lot.
Right. I I'm still human, and I have my moments when I'm lazy too. But my laziness is my I mean my laziness is not my laziness is not, oh, I'm not going to get in my wheelchair today. No, I don't mind getting in my wheelchair, but but the thing is, I live with I live with two parents that are in both their 50s, and they don't always have the energy and strength to move me. So I have to wait till they have the strength to put me in the chair. Sometimes I gotta ask them, which I haven't done, but I'm gonna start doing it because I don't like sitting in bed all the time. But I'm for today I'm just chilling. But
Same here.
but you want to know what my ultimate laziness used to be?
What was it?
It was reading. I didn't want to read a whole lot, but because I do have a love for reading, and I see how, excuse me, I see how people treat me on social media. You know what? I just be like, you know what? Fuck humanity. I'm gonna get back to loving me again, and and
Right.
and loving reading and enjoying it. And that's all I gotta say on that. But what I want to say to can, can, can conclude this video is to those who are physically disabled, and and those who are physically disabled that need to be reminded. I ain't gonna say no names, but you can do anything you put your mind to. My
Straight up.
my 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 only advice is that the people that are caring for you, helping you out, looking out for you, don't 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 take them for granted, because you might never get them back again.
Yep, that is true. You never know what you have until it's gone.
Say it again, goddammit.
You never know what you have until it's gone.
Hot dog. You ain't said nothing but the word of the night.
That's for
You
real, man.
you
Because a lot of people, I gotta say that nowadays. Because if not, they're gonna lose everybody. But you gotta appreciate everybody who loves you. Appreciate what you have because you never know when it goes.
hmm yeah, man. I had to do that to brother Sean, fortunately. But I was asking the dark left hand divine within me, like I was asking them, who is my true spiritual family, and mother Lilith and and my earthly mother, my mom, they both use their energies to kick that man out of the apartment that me and my peoples is living in right now.
Oh, you talk about Sean?
Yeah,
Man, I can't believe I can't believe he did that, man. That's
yeah,
like
man.
I looked up to him as a brother because every time I would have
I
um
did too, bro. I did too. And let me tell you something. I'm planning on getting my own crib in the future. It'll it'll be a while before I let another nigga or a bitch stay up in my crib. You know, hanging with brother D ain't no mundane linear shit. I wouldn't even accept that unless you was like my actual blood relative, and you didn't care about the spiritual stuff that I cared about. Okay, cool, fine. Just just wash me up. Give me something to eat. Let me read my books and play my video games. You know what I mean, nigga? So
for real.
right, yeah, I don't have to take you to the spirit realm, cause nigga, you belong to Yahweh, not me, not Dennis. You know what
That nigga
I mean?
that
but
nigga a baby.
right,
Like damn, like how you gonna do all the teachings, the love bringing you in, and then oh, there's free pussy. I'm gonna move in, so I'm out. Like wow, that's watch. She gonna kick his ass out. I know this. I know this. I've seen so many dudes moving in a girl's house, and what happens next? Kicked out.
right, right. Now for me, is different because we gonna put my mom to the side for right now, and just talk about black women in general. For me is different because I I have a chance on dating a black woman that that will be a caregiver and actually wouldn't mind giving a fuck taking care of me. You know what I mean?
For real.
As long as I'm able to do my spiritual work, you know what I'm saying? We gravy. You know what I mean? We gravy. I don't like to say Gucci because I think that's kind of homo. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for real. I mean,
but anyway, anyway, like like I wouldn't mind living with a female that would be interested in taking care of me, as long as I'm still able to do my uh, ritual work. My spells for myself and others that need my assistance. But all I want to say in reference to all of this is I'm gonna tell you what my my nanny girl. Shout out to my nanny girl. Shout out to my grandmother, my grandmother Janelle Whitted. She would always say, never bite the hand that feeds you, because
yeah.
because we because my my mom, she was feeding that man. You know what I mean? But his problem was he didn't appreciate what my parents and then overall me had to offer, and even my subconscious mind said, hey, hey, yo, man, I think this is a red flag, man. And I'm like, no, and I'm talking back to my spirit. I'm like, no, let's just ride this out and see what happens. And it was like, all right, okay, we'll ride it out and see. And 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 look what happened. Nigga, nigga, nigga left my domain without saying anything to me. He didn't even come in my bedroom, wake me up out my sleep and tell me, yo, and yo, I enjoyed my time being with you, God, but I'm leaving. I can't do this shit no more. And I would have been cool with that,
For real.
he didn't. He just didn't. And 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 the reason why I'm not friends with Sean anymore is because it was what he said after that. He gonna say he gonna say after I said you could have you could have told me and my parents that you was leaving, and he gonna say I didn't have to tell your mom anything, but you maybe, and I'm like, maybe, nigga, no, you owe me that explanation. I'm
Uh,
I'm the one brought you here. You know what I'm saying?
and you the one who put him on.
That part. I'm
Because he wanted to make sure he good. And nope, he decided to leave without saying anything and you know, offer for a piece of pussy, man. It's like they say, bros before hoes, man. Come on.
right,
That's it.
right.
Bros be ho
All I,
you gotta
all
choose
I,
your
all
homie.
I, I mean, because I'm into dominant females myself, but it's like, bro, we were we was on a mission, and
I know.
you just aborted it. We haven't even we hadn't even excuse me, I say we hadn't even took the opportunity to even get out of this apartment that we in. You know what I mean?
Tripping.
My 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 mom said we might be out of here by next month. Thank goodness, cause don't get me wrong. I'm down with Belzeball, but I'm tired of these roaches crawling on my damn bed saying what's up to me every night.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I got I got love for Joe's apartment, but Joe's apartment don't love me. You know what I'm
Right?
saying?
Shit, man.
Na,
And
na, na,
and
na,
the
na,
crazy part when you in the crazy part when you live in the hood in apartments, bro, regardless, no matter how clean you are, they still come up because it's not the cleaning and all that stuff. It's just infested, you know, like
right.
O Dog. Yeah, yeah, and yeah, I fucks with O Dog. He's a YouTuber, you know, and whoever interested in you know hood comedy and stuff like that, you know, follow and subscribe O Dog. You know that motherfucker. He be making fun.
Old
He be
dog.
talking. Yeah, O Dog. Like he funny as hell, bro. And I remember he was talking about you know when your friend lives in the hood, he's like when there's roaches, no matter how clean this apartment is, when you see roaches coming out, it's because you in the hood. And
Right.
9 times out of 10 it's true. You know, 10 times out
That
of 10
part.
it's true. When you live in those apartments and there's a whole bunch of roaches, man, and you could clean, you could, you know, sanitize, deep spring clean, they still be coming up and stuff, you know, because it's infested. And you know, when you're in the hood, people who own apartments and buildings, they just don't take care of it too much, you know, and it's poverty, you know. They
Right.
don't pay attention to the hood.
Right. That part. That part, bro.
But yeah, follow and subscribe. Everybody follow, subscribe. Old Dog and Two Spice. I think that's his name. Two Spice or Too Spicy. And then they have another one, Seafood. Seafood TV. That nigga's funny. He from Philly, and he even make
Oh,
little short.
oh, my, oh, my, my hometown. Shout out to Philly 2150.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Philly, man. Germantown, all that. The
Word
Galaxy
up,
Lounge.
word up, word up.
When they be saying, "Hey, that's my John right there."
Yeah, that's my John. That's my John. We my niggas back home. They say that a lot back in Philly. You know what I mean?
And Chicago, they be saying it too. Some of them be
Yeah,
saying it
yeah.
in the South Side. They're like, hey, but they be saying it when it's like a girlfriend. They be like, oh, she my main John.
Right, right, right,
Or
right,
she or
right.
she or she my shorty. But mostly, like, yeah, Chicago people, they use the word John, but mostly what Chicagoans like to use is the shorty. So I'm like, hey, that's my shorty. But we use either one.
Right. Another Philly slang I like to use is "ak" or "aki," which means friend. You
Yeah,
know.
Aki.
Yeah, yeah, and cause what West Philly, in West Philadelphia, born and raised, like no, but yeah, like I was saying, West Philly and North Philly, you know, it's a lot of, it's Muslim Mecca over there. You know what I mean? So you're gonna get a lot of Ara- Aramaic and Arabic dialect and Arabic slang. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah, they say, like the rapper, the singer, R&B singer, PNB Rock. Like, if
yes,
you look at if you look at his history, I think he has some Arabic, Abrahamic blood in him.
right. You mean Arabic?
Yeah, Arabic.
Okay, okay, got you. Right. Okay. What what other advice do you have for for people with people with physical disabilities? There we go. What other advice do you have for people with physical disabilities? Why
Physical.
I tell tell I want you to tell more people with cerebral palsy and people who are able-bodied to not just the disabled, because this channel is for everybody. Although we're predominantly black over here, this
All
channel
right.
this channel is for everybody. Black, white, Chinese. I don't care. I had a white guy come on here a few months ago. Matter of fact, he wa- he wa- he was dropping some he was dropping some heavy metaphysical biblical knowledge. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I see. I see.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what's
yeah,
up.
yeah. He. I don't know if I'll be able to find him, but if you watching, bro, you got to come back on the channel, man. We got to build some more on that theosophy. You know what I'm saying?
For
But
sure.
and I'm only doing that because I know half of my subscribers is exoteric Christians, and they need that metaphysical enlightenment from that point of view. Because if I only drop spiritual science on them, you know, it's not going to make complete sense to them unless I break it down to them in a way that they can understand it. But I want to tell you, if you're gonna subscribe here, you're going to learn science whether you want to or not.
Straight
Okay,
up.
straight up.
Oh,
Uh, what you say?
no, I coughed. I
Okay, I say that. But but
shake on.
um but yeah you gonna learn science always on this channel. You know what I'm saying? So you know,
Yeah.
t- I mean, of course, what I teach ain't for everybody. It's for those that have a, a infinite fire and an infinite quenching thirst to want to know what it's like to be metaphysical or be an alchemist and or be intergalactic and a superhuman. I teach all that, but you know, right now, as I mentioned earlier this morning, brother Devin needs a break. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you know, when I feel up to it, I'll be back. But in the meantime, I'm sharing this space with other people until I'm ready to come back, go all the way in, drop more videos. My my next video in the future, I'm going to be talking about shadow work and 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 the importance of shadow work. You know why people need to do it. You know what I'm saying?
For
Uh,
real, man.
because it's also it's also not shadow work is not it's not necessarily about going into the dark side, but rather going into the dark side of you. You know, you got as much as you can accept your as much as you can as much as you can accept your perfections, you also have to be comfortable with accepting your flaws. You might be a pick your nose and scratch your ass and next dirty ass type of nigga. You know what I mean?
For real.
Be okay with that. Just as long as you're not doing it too damn much. You know what I'm saying? You
Thank
can't.
you.
You know what I'm saying? Cause I just thought about it and you know it is hoes out there that like to pick their nose and
Oh
rub
yeah.
it on people. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But
Yeah. I remember. I saw a girl. She had her nails done and all that,
mm,
and I told I was talking to her about about religion and stuff. I really don't remember at all. Maybe later on I will.
right.
But when I was talking, I was she was talking about how independent she is as a Christian with a man. He provides her and all that. I even got my nails done. I'm like, that's what y'all bitches always like to do, but that's cool. That's y'all and all that. But I saw her literally pick on her nose with the fingers that she just had done, and she was showing it to everybody, like how good her nails look and all that. And you see a little crunchy piece
Uh,
of booger on the nail, bro. Like,
uh,
I'm like,
na-
that's nasty. You gonna
nasty
show me?
asshole.
Yeah,
Uh,
there was some young black dude. He's like, man, that look like a fucking booger chip on your fucking nail, man. You picking on your nose? I'm like, oh, how did he even know?
that was a bit that was a Bismarck moment. You know, Bismarck wrote a song about the boogers. Yeah, yeah. Bi- Bismarck looking nasty ass. Shout out to the guy Bismarck though. Shout out to Biz.
Yeah, that motherfucker said, they got a little butter chip stuck in your nail. You picking on your nose, girl? Oh, you nasty. Everybody laughing. And that was the first time
Right.
she was quiet and humble. I like, damn, you nasty, man, disgusting.
Yeah, man.
And I gotta tell you, man, speaking of religion, I'm glad that I left Christianity because when I was a Christian and I was dressing a certain type of way, stylish, they would not like it. It would always bother them because when it comes to the church, when it comes to a pastor owning the church, only he's the nigga that's supposed to look good. Only he's the motherfucker that gotta have the nicest clothes. You motherfucker, you only came here to you only came here to hear the word of God. So I decided to just wear a t-shirt and blue jeans. He would come back and complain about it. Okay, you can't be wearing jeans and shirt. I'm like, come on, come through a little bit more professional, more cleaner, like if you're working in the office. I'm like, okay. So I come with a regular shirt, button up, with a nice little tie and some slacks and some moccasins, casual. He's still flipping. He comes back. They're like, where is your blazer? Where is your coat? You gonna wear pants and not? I'm like, bro, I wore a suit. It was a problem. I wore regular clothes. It's a problem. Now I'm wearing something casual. It's still a problem. And I left that. I left that shit alone. Like, you know what? I'm not gonna be. I came here to hear the word of the Lord, not to follow a dress code. You know what I'm saying? If you want me to wear a regular suit, I'll wear it. But I did that and you didn't like it. It's not my fault that I have a good taste of clothing. I got the best drip every time when I'm wearing something nice. It could be just regular blue jeans creased out and a nice shirt, a t-shirt. I'd be ironing and creasing out t-shirts. And I'm a showstopper. And everybody be looking, eyeballing me. I'm like, shit, it's because it's not just how you dress, it's also how you carry yourself.
Sorry, excuse me. I was using the bathroom. I'm good though. But yeah, man. I remember my church days. But 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 fuck. Let me be specific let me be specific and clear when I say this. Fuck exoteric Christianity and fuck the exoteric Christian church. Not the esoteric. I like a couple people in the esoteric Christian community. I ain't talking about y'all. I'm talking about the exoteric. Fuck y'all.
Yeah, and the exoteric Christians, every time when they hear or see a different religion that has nothing to do with Jesus, what's the first thing they mention? Money. How? Oh, why you gonna get it to voodoo? That's not gonna give you no money. That's not you're still in poverty. Oh, why do you want to be a Buddhist? That's the devil. That's gonna bring you broke. That's why you don't have no money. You have to come to church. I'm like, bro, let me tell you something, man. If you're gonna believe in God, you shouldn't be mentioning about money. All right. From what
Right.
I've seen, you're using God and religion as a profit, as money, and that ain't right. And as a matter of fact, the other people who practice other religions, they don't talk about money, and they the ones who got it, and they don't need to take money from their community or from their students. It's your pastor that be taking every single dollar to where you can't even give your kid a happy meal after Sunday service. And what's the last thing you say
That
when
part.
yeah, and I hear it all the time. Mommy, now that we're out of church, can we get McDonald's? No, we got food in the house. And she would go to they would go to McDonald's and buy and she would buy the woman would buy food, or the dad would buy food, and for him he's just gonna eat house food, and that's about it, or leftovers. And that's the reason why he didn't. You want to know why he said we got, he or she or what parent be saying, oh, we got food in the house, is because they don't want to say the other word, because when they say there's food in the house, what they're really trying to say is, no, I'm not going to buy you McDonald's because I put all my money on the tithing or on the ushering. I only got some for me. Sorry, you can eat food in the house. They don't want to say that,
That
you know?
that that's what it is. And you brought back a childhood memory because my my own mother, when she was a Christian, it was the same thing in black households. You
Even
you
Spanish
you want
households,
you
Latin households too, man.
yeah, yeah. But check it though. Check it. So check it right. I'm feeling very boom bap hip hop right now. But but uh but yeah. I remember going to church on either Friday evenings or Sundays, and I will be going home from church, and I'll be smelling Burger King, and
Damn.
I'll be like mom, can we get Burger King, and she'd be like nigga, you got Burger King money, and so so I I mean I don't eat that shit no more though. But
Yeah, that's that Caucasus Mountain food.
right,
That's
right,
the Caucasus Mountain. And the crazy part, and, I'm not trying to be racist, but it's actually true. White people, they like to endanger themselves. They like to fuck with a lion. They like to fuck with wild animals. They like to go climbing on a mountain where it could be dangerous, where it could be detrimental to your life. They like to skydive like ain't nothing gonna happen. But when it's time to go to the hood to go get some, soul food or go to the shack, oh, I'm not gonna do that. I don't want to get hit or beat up. But you want to go fuck with a lion and get torn apart. So they the type
right,
of people
or
who
or 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 fuck a dog even.
because they know that they know that as long as they die from the crazy shit they do, they at least have fun, and they're already dead. And you see hood people, yeah, I know there's some hood niggas that will probably, shoot a white boy, but that's very rare. They're just gonna beat your ass, or they're gonna jive on you because we're good at jiving on people, and look at this Mr. Rogers neighborhood looking ass motherfucker. What you doing over here? They can't handle that shit. And so that's why, like, nah, we ain't going to no hood because that's what we do. They be roasted. It's like a sport. and
Right.
it doesn't matter if the roasting was whack. At least you did it. It's kind of fun.
That part. I didn't well give people your social media one more time and
All
then
right.
then we'll get the fuck up out of here.
Yeah, man. Follow me at Dennis Beza, Bezs and Zebra A, at Facebook, man. Follow me on Facebook. You can add me. You're more than welcome. All people are more than welcome. And sooner or later, I'm gonna start a YouTube channel. It's the same name. And same thing with if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's I think it's Iwori Otura, which is my fun name. And well, that's my Odu. Iwori Otura is my Odu, but so you can follow me there. But last but not least, if you're having difficulties finding me on these other social media platforms, then you could just follow me on Facebook, Dennis Beza, just simply Dennis Beza, and I'll be at your request.
Well, word up, and brother Dennis, he does spiritual consultations just like I do, and I want to say this for the record, even though I'll be taking a long hiatus from YouTube for a little while, I want all my subscribers to know, yes, I'll still be doing I'll still be doing readings for you. My hours are still eight from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Friday and Sunday. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm not. I do.
Saturdays I'm closed, y'all can still get your readings from brother Devin. Okay. All right,
Yeah, definitely.
go ahead.
Devin.
I'm sorry, Dennis. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, when it comes to a consultation with brother Devin, man, he's the real motherfucking deal. Me, I be having struggles on that. I'm trying to
Th-
learn that too. But when it
Thank
comes
you,
to Devin, when it
thank
comes
you,
to
brother.
Devin, his motherfucking readings, his consultations be straight up on point. There's so many consultations that he done gave me, and I'm like, word, man, like this guy can read.
You know what? You know what? Matter of fact, I got an idea that came in my head. We 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 need to do not just another live stream, which would be cool, but I also need to do a recording with me giving you a reading. And if you want to, you could pay me for it. Because I don't I don't always charge my family and friends for reading. Um, you like I said, you can if you want to. It's when it comes to family and friends, that's optional. But when it comes to people in general, like y'all on YouTube, you gotta pay me. Sorry, but
For- and if people asking me to do to for some readings or consultations, the best thing that I could do is to get my tata. He's the one who could read. Also, I'll send him to you
right,
so you can get your reading. And his readings are very affordable, not like the other ones. Like, yeah, they're real, but they overcharge, they overpriced, bro. And the one I have, I'm glad he doesn't charge that much. He charged very little, affordable. He'll read everything. You can ask questions, and your answers will be given to you.
yeah, I was gonna say, you and I, we need to do um we need to do a recording of me me giving you a reading, and as a testimonial for the public to see. Would you be interested in something like that?
I guess, yeah, that'd be cool.
Oh, okay, cool. Just let me know when you're ready to do it. I'll upload it to YouTube, and people be able to watch it as a testimonial.
Bad.
That that be okay with you? That be fire.
That'd be super fire.
Okay, cool. That's what's up. We'll talk about it. We'll work on it. Well, most
For sure, man. Say no more.
I well, all right, y'all. Brother Dennis Beza, I wanna thank you for coming on.
No
Um,
problem, man. Anytime.
I oh no doubt you want to do this again?
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. It kind of, you know, I'm a little shy on camera shy, but I'm gonna get used to it. I'll get used to it. It's my first
Yeah,
time, that's how it
yeah.
starts.
I'm here. The only reason why I wasn't on camera for a little bit is because I was trying to charge this phone, and luckily we've been talking for the whole 3 hours of this live stream. So I went from negative to positive energy in a matter of 24 hours. Thanks to this brother and myself, because I really want to get back to a place of positive energy and positive energy and positivity all around. So
For real, man.
thanks to you, brother Dennis. Appreciate it,
I don't just
man.
I don't just want to do live streams and podcasts and stuff. I think I want to start doing comedy sketches because I realize like I'm not that funny, but whenever I'm in the mood, I be making some people laugh. So I want to
Right.
do stuff. I want to start doing sketches and level it up, man. And I want you in it too, man.
Yeah. We could definitely do some skits, man. I'm funny.
Yeah, you are, bro. You be making me laugh, dog. Out of all kinds of shit. You telling me that white women be smelling like wet dog.
They do, man. That's for real, man. That's why I can't marry me no white girl. If
For
if
real,
she
man.
if she don't got the common decency to wear no goddamn perfume, I ain't fucking with that.
And it's crazy that the brothers, they be chasing their snow pussy, and like that one man said, the most person that is highly disrespected is the black woman.
Yes, that's why to all my black women out there, y'all come on, y'all bitches know I love y'all. Okay, I I
Straight up, I love y'all
I
too.
I came from a black woman. I got most of my I got most of my spiritual game from a black woman. I'm not trying to quote Tupac, but I'm just saying it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I come from a mother that was mixed with all kinds of things. My dad was mixed with
My
all kinds of things.
mine too. Mine too. My mom is multiracial.
Yeah, I'm multiracial too, man. I got some Irish people. I got people from way back who are, from Africa, from Central America, South America, the Caribbean, all of that. I mix with all that stuff. That's what slave era did to the people, is that they mixed everybody up. I mean, you go to Jamaica, there's a whole bunch of white folks over there.
Hmm.
That's a fact, man. But we got to do some funny ass sketches. We got to do some cartoon films or something, like programming voice, like like
Yeah,
like
yeah,
conversation type
yeah.
shit.
I'm heavily interested in animation. So hey, if if ever you want to do a cartoon or a comedy skit, let me know. I'm
Yeah, I got to do it.
yeah.
I
I
want to do that. What are them shows called when what it's like when you hear shows in the radio, they talking to each other like it's a movie, but there's no vision. There's just hearing, hearing people talk, figuring out what's going on and stuff. I
right.
forgot what was it called.
Uh, talk radio.
Yeah, I want to do like a talk radio, but put some comedy shit in it.
Oh oh
Like
oh okay.
like the I don't know if you heard of the Jamaican show called Twin of Twins, Curly Locks or whatever, and they be you
Nah.
know imitating voices and stuff.
Oh okay. Voice impersonations.
Yeah, that's what I want to do, bro. That's what I want to do.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah, okay. I mean, I know it might not be the best, but I know, I know people love to be entertained. So shit,
Yeah,
why not?
old school people love that shit though.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
love that shit.
yeah. That's why I'm like, shit. Why not? Why not go for it?
Yeah, it's time to boom up, man. And anyways, this is my year. I can't waste it.
Right,
I ain't gonna let it go to waste. So I gotta do all this kind of stuff. This is gonna help me. That's where I could start selling my products and all that.
right.
On YouTube, my shirts with the name of the YouTube channel.
Hmm.
That's it.
Yeah. Now. I'm not that good in animating just yet. But like, if I ever find a team that could help us draw characters, and I can send voice clips of um some voice characters. I'll be able to do with you. Um, that'll be cool too.
Hell yeah, man. I'm down, man. Like a fucking four flat tires.
Word, I know that's right. Well, all right, y'all. Um, it it's that time. I'm about to get up out of here, brother Dennis Beza. I thank you for coming on. Um,
Right?
make sure y'all subscribe, like the video, share the video. I didn't say it before. I'm saying it this time. Share the video, share the live stream, and I I will see y'all again next time, real soon.
I shall.
I shall. Next next video. I don't know when I'm coming back, but next video I drop. We gonna be touching on. This one I'm gonna do. I'm gonna drop at least three to four videos for this channel. Before I do another live stream. I'm gonna drop at least three to four you spiritual YouTube videos for this channel. The next four subjects that I well I only got two in my head right now. The other two I gotta think about. Well no, I'm sorry. I got three in my head. The fourth and final one I gotta think about. But I'm at least try to drop at least three to four pieces of content on this video, so I don't have to give but too much of myself. And like I said, when it comes to music for this channel, I'm not uploading any music on here unless it's spiritual it's spiritual content oriented. So
Bet.
yeah, I don't do no, I don't do no guns, drugs, and violence music. I do paranormal thug music. You know what I mean?
Go
And,
shit.
yeah, I I rap about the paranormal and I rap about science and stuff. So if you fuck with it, support the guy. If you don't, okay, cool. Just go somewhere else. And
And I
what?
gotta I gotta see I gotta see one of your videos when we link up sooner or later on tonight. But
Mm-hmm.
before that, I gotta see that video about the spiritual Toy Story boy video right there that you got.
Oh, oh yeah. I made a part one and part two.
Yeah, I gotta see that shit.
I was going in. I'm I might end up dropping a part three, but the part three is just gonna be a rant. I'm gonna just be clowning spiritual niggas all day.
Oh
I
yeah, man.
yeah I hope when I drop part three of that should go viral.
Boom.
Yeah. But all right, y'all. This your man, brother Devin. Um, like I said, it's gonna be a little while before I drop another YouTube video again because brother Devin need a break. I'm burnt out, but I don't already told y'all what what the next upcoming video is gonna be about. We gonna be focusing on the subject of shadow work. Then after
Oh
those
shit,
videos,
phone dying.
huh?
Phone dying.
Okay,
Shit.
you you want to hang up? You can if you want to. The interview over. I was getting ready to end the live stream. Dennis, yep, yep. His he froze. Yep, his phone died. But but yeah. if you still want to reach out to me on the occult world Brother Devin email. That's Brother Devin occult lectures at gmail.com. BROTHADEVON at gmail.com. All right. If you have any questions, comments, new lecture ideas, if you want a psychic mediumship reading, hit me up. I'm your man. I'm just gonna take a break from doing YouTube videos and being on Facebook for a while because like I was saying earlier this morning, the the shit is draining me and I need some time off. You know what I mean? And I need my emotional needs met. So with that being said, I'm out of here, y'all. Peace. 6 side and 9 side. Paranormal Thug Life. I'm out.